Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Hobby Night. I'm Angela, and today we're going to be building something. I know it's been a little while since we've done any build videos, but I have, as was sent to me by a generous fan, thank you very, very much for that, Lucius the Eternal.
Are you doing okay?
Yes.
Because, like, you haven't stopped to talk to chat. You were panicking right before this stream.
I was rushing for some reason, and I got myself completely flustered.
Like, I'm not happy this stream is even happening. Sorry, chat. But, like, because something is wrong with Angela, and are you all right?
Yeah, I'm absolutely fine. Everything is good. Hello, chat. It's lovely to see you guys. I am fine. I really am. I was running around. I got myself a little flustered before I got started, but I'm excited to be here.
I made the mistake of asking her a couple of yes/no questions, and she panicked.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why. It was literally a yes/no question, but it threw me completely off.
And, like, you could have gone to starting soon on OBS and all of that.
Nope. I figured I would just jump right in. Sorry, it's fine though. I am fine. I'm a little high energy today. I'm a little manic today, I guess is the problem.
I will get out of the room then.
But I'm hoping that it will chill out. How is everyone?
So many glasses and stuff on your desk.
I do have a number of glasses. I just looked over there. I have like 2 glasses over there. Oh, there are 3. I can't see the other one. It was behind something. Hello, everybody. It is lovely to see you in chat. Cecile, Gordon, the Eternal Crusader. How is everybody doing? Are you excited to be building a Emperor's Children model with me today? Because I have Lucius the Eternal. Good morning, Luke. It's lovely to see you. How you doing, sir? I have Lucius the Eternal, and as I was saying, this lovely lad was sent to me very generously by a fan, so thank you very much for that. And today, I want to go ahead and get him cleaned up and glued together, and if we're lucky, maybe even primed. But at minimum, glued up and cleaned up, which is what the plan is going to be today. So let's go ahead and get working on that. Hello, StallXD. It's lovely to see you. How is your weekend going? I'm very excited. I have some fun plans for the Chaos Cultist tomorrow because it's his birthday and I can't wait. It looks so good. All right, we've got Lucius. Let me just grab some clippers real fast. Right over here. If I can actually, there we go. Oh, I also have these ones right here. Perfect, perfecto. I have my mold line remover and I have some sanding paper. Let me, 1 second. All right. Oh, the mic is low. You can barely hear me. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm up as high as I can go. Let me just move my Mac a little closer. Unfortunately, my DJI mic did not charge for some reason. So is that a little bit better? Let me know if I'm speaking a little bit louder, if you guys can hear me a bit better. And because it looks like I'm up as high as I can be, but hopefully that's a little bit better. Yay! Ooh, you're rearranging your room? Nice. Hold on 1 second, chat. All right, so I need to get this guy out and see exactly how many pieces he's in. And ooh, not too many. Good, single screw, love that. We have our instructions. We can put that box over here. Ooh. Okay, honestly, he's really not looking like he's going to be too bad. There are a couple of very, very small pieces. There we go. Let me just change my focus for a second real quick so you guys can see it a bit better. Oop. So you'll notice where my finger is. Like, look how tiny some of these little pieces are. Very thin. So gluing those on will be fun. But the rest of him looks pretty straightforward. Does he have a random foot not attached? Seriously, GW? Seriously? I think, yeah, I think it's separated from the rest of his leg. Why do they do that? I have no idea why they do that. Ooh, you're prepping some minis for paint as well? Some Battletech ones? That's great. Trying to make floor room space for moving the bed and desk around. Nice. Yeah, always having floor room space is always nice. I like having space to be able to move. So that is awesome. He doesn't have feet, he has heels. Well, even then, I mean, he does, but like, I mean, he has like cloved. He's got like cloved feet, actually, it looks like. Yeah, they're definitely like, he's got like stallion feet, as very appropriate for Slaanesh, right? All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at our instructions. Boop. He doesn't have any special instructions. Take care. Yeah, you mean with those really fragile pieces? Ah, that curly Q piece goes on his sword. That makes a huge amount of sense. Okay, he's not... I think this will be pretty straightforward. Okay, let's get going, because I want to see if we can get this guy fully assembled. We need to start with 5, 21, and 3. Which I think is that random heel of the hoof, which is separate from the back of it. Like a true son of Slaanesh. Exactly. Exactly. You understand. Chat understands. Exactly. All right. 21 is his fun chest piece. Sweet. And then, this reminds me of the Hammer and Bolter animation where one of his squads was bullhead and leather mouth cover. Nice. I could believe it. Oh my gosh. They probably, wait, is that a, wait, is this a torso on the back of his heel? Or do you just have like a person face calf? God, he is so, he's so good. How does this go in? I think it goes like, oh. Yeah, he just has like faces stretched around his calf. I thought it was like a chest piece because I saw faces there and I thought it was like a rib cage, like going around like a, but no, it's just the back of his leg. Just got people on the back of his leg. What a lovely dude. 5. 5 is the other one that I need right now. All right. Why am I literally not seeing number 5? I found 4, 7, 11, 13, 15. It's a chest piece. Where is it? 5, because it's way big. Oh, it's because it's way, because I wasn't looking at the right thing. That's why. That's why. Now, is this, okay, there is a little bit of like a thing for that. Hold on. I don't want to accidentally snip off something that I shouldn't be. And it looked like on the arms, there's like a connection point. Yeah, and of course they make it at like with those weird angles, you know? Those are the guys. Oh, are those the dudes that beat him that he's like then turned in, he's like spawned out of because he always he does that. Such a fun gimmick. I don't think, did they leave rules? I haven't actually looked in the codex that I have. Did they leave rules for his like eternal like nature in there? Because I know he used to be like he could respawn, like he could basically come back in place of the model that killed him if like a save is failed or something. I think is how it used to work in the old game. All right, guys, give me 1 second. I just realized not in this edition. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that's such a shame. Boo, GW, boo. Okay, give me 1 second. I left my water bottle downstairs and I am just very warm today, so I'm gonna go grab that. I'll be right back. everybody, I am back. I have my water now. We can continue working on Delightful Lucius. Oh, yeah, good, perfect. I was going to be like, do I not have any glue? Because I actually hadn't checked for that before we started. But I do. All right, let's, I'm going to be a little thorough with cleaning him up because he is a fancy boy and he must be treated fancily. I don't have it. Maybe it's on my desk? I also want to really make sure I can get this like arm connection piece. I don't like when GW does this. Like I don't mind little pegs or whatever for them to guide the other piece into the correct position, but when they make them sort of odd angles and also put a connection point to the sprue on that, I feel like that inevitably means that it's going to end up getting misshapen and therefore potentially not fitting correctly. Now, it's not always a problem. It's not always a problem, but sometimes it's a real problem. And when it's a real problem, like those small microcosm moments where it's a problem, God, is it a problem? Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just suck at gluing things and cleaning things up. But I feel like I'm decent at it. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can use just maybe some light sandpaper to do this. Yeah, that's doing a good enough job, and I don't think I'm losing too much of the shape, which means that I should ideally have a decent connection. This is the side I'm a little bit more worried because my snip was a bit jankier. Also, Aaron, I'm so glad that you're loving the show. Thank you for being here, hanging out with me today. And that goes for everybody in chat and everybody who's lurking. And to everybody who's watching this later as a VOD. Covering all of my bases. Okay. Okay, I actually think I got that pretty decently cleaned up. He has a few mold lines going over his belt. That should be fairly simple to clean up as well. And then our other connection points, I actually snipped it pretty clean. I was looking at his calf, CC, and he's got some of the souls of the people he's like, I think, transformed out of and going in here. And I thought at first this was like a chess piece or something because I saw the faces on it. But no, it just settles down here into his calf.
He has a lot of faces.
I imagine so, because like, you know what's sad? I found out from chat, they took that rule out of this edition.
I know.
I hadn't realized fully.
None of the cool fluff rules are around anymore.
Oh, that's such a for any of the factions.
Basically,
so lame. See,
I miss the days of being able to turn any model in the game into a squig. Well, any infantry model.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That was an orc spell or something, right?
Yeah, it was a walk.
That's right. Oh, that sounds... See, I miss that. I also miss... Because I don't think this is around anymore. Correct me, potentially, if I'm wrong, either chat or somebody who is a Dark Angels fan. But wasn't there used to be a rule where, like, a Dark Angels, like, character could challenge... It was another faction, right? It was specifically, like, Iron Hands or something?
No.
Or
the Dark Angels and Space Wolves,
that's who it was.
Find themselves in the same area, have to have a duel based on the fact that when their Primarchs dueled, I think it was before the Heresy, but it might have been after it began, I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
No one was declared the winner between the Lion
That's
and the
right.
Wolf.
So now they just eternally have a little duel or whatever?
I think they got interrupted by Xeno, and that's why.
Oh, is that the actual reason?
Yeah,
Wasn't
they got interrupted by something, and I can't remember if it was Chaos or Xeno.
Okay.
I thought it was Orcs.
That would immediately put a stop to their individual combat.
Yeah, and the way it used to work was, and I mean, like, this was like a 4th, 5th edition rule.
Yeah, I remember when
the winning side would have like an extra wound on their HQ, and the opponents would lose a wound before the battle began. You know, and to be fair, this was the era where your HQ had 3 wounds, so that was extreme.
Yeah, no, that is pretty extreme. See, I miss that kind of stuff from the game, and I kind of hope that if they ever do a reset, that we get some of that back.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have high hopes of that realistically, but that's my pipe dream, I guess, of what I would hope would happen. Because those kinds of elements make the game way more fun. Space wolves are goat. Wolf Samurai, I feel like you might be a little biased. Also, wouldn't they be wolves? You don't want them to be a goat. I know. I was trying to make a joke because they're also animals and goat is an animal. I know what it means. I know who Jericho is.
The punk fans are gonna get upset.
The punk fans can get upset. Thank you for the engagement.
Oh my.
Oh my, indeed. Telos, thank you for being a member for 4 months. So the lion put himself where he got to kill Big Bad Russ, came by later, punched him, they tussled, then Russ laughed about it, and Russ got kicked out. Ah, that's what happened? Excellent. That's great.
I am sure there are 2 versions of this story, one from the wolves and one from the angels.
You don't say. You don't say. You mean they both have different tellings of the same tale?
Maybe not.
I bet they do. Hello, Star Siege player. It's lovely to see you in chat. How you doing today?
Yo, if they are... Okay, Star Siege, if you are literally referencing the sequel to Earth Siege, the old mecha game around 2000s, shout out to you, bro.
Star Siege, please.
I am the Alpha and the Omega.
You've triggered him in the most positive way, so congratulations. Congratulations.
I really like Star Siege the game.
Oh, I understand. I mean, you're literally playing original Dungeon Keeper right now, and it looks freaking amazing. I can't believe how good that like patch is.
That's a good
or fan mod is, because like, dang, it looks good. I think I will use this myself to play it on Hobby Night Gaming, because oh my god, Dungeon Keeper is such a amazing. Oh, he says yes.
Woo!
He actually says yes with several S's. So. Oh, and John Golden also says that he remembers that game. So there you go. You're in good company. You're in good company. All right, I glued the leg together. We're looking clean.
Little lost Peter is seeking his leader while he plays in the red. Down came the glitches and burned us in ditches, and we slept after eating our dead. Sorry, I remember the rhyme, at least most of it, from the beginning of
the minute you started to say it, I placed the game. Because I was sitting there going, like, I think I know this.
Young girl, like, humming, like,
yeah. I think we've watched, like,
Little lost Peter is seeking his leader while Hershey plays in the red, I think is what the opening is, but I can't quite remember. Because they're referencing historical figures from, like, the other games.
Ah, is that what they're doing?
Yes,
that's really cool.
Down came the glitches. Because what it is in Earth Siege, there was a civil war between basically the Earth and the colonies. Let me know if you've heard this before.
Oh my gosh, really?
And during this, an AI gets invented. I'm really summarizing.
And
ends up creating an army to take out humanity, and that's what the glitches coming down is. It's basically the robot apocalypse coming down on them, and the sides had to join forces.
Okay.
And then at the beginning of Star Siege, those AI forces got kicked out to like Pluto, and they've been living out there. But Earth and the colonies are fighting again.
I understand. Okay, that's really cool. That's actually really cool. All right, so I figured out which leg this is. It's the right leg. Okay, they have me gluing it on from behind.
It's not the wrong leg.
It's not the wrong. Okay. Yeah, they do want me to glue the leg on first. That's really cool. Little Lord Peter lost his litter. Or sorry, Little Lord Peter lost his leader while Hercules played in the red.
That was it.
Down came the glitches and burned us in ditches, and we slept after eating our dead.
Thank you.
There we go.
Yeah, it's that very first line with the names that I never
quite remember. No, that makes sense. It's a little, it's tricky. I even having the words in front of me. I hope I had said Hercules right. Hercules? But regardless, that's really cool.
Oh, because they're referencing the mechs, because they're called Hercs.
Ah.
I believe that's what it is. It's been like a decade since I played that game.
That is fair. Okay, let's flip him this way so that I can align his leg properly. He's thrusting forward. He's actually kind of, at least at this stage, he kind of looks like he's doing a pelvic thrust, if I'm not lying, which again, being Lucius, it fits. He is a pompous motherfucker, isn't he? Oh my gosh. I do love who is it that he fights for inputs who like he gets
Logan.
put. Yeah, I think it's Logan. Yeah, I think it's Logan. Or Loken, as you said. Because he fights somebody, yeah, and I remember, oh God, why can't I remember which chapter he's from? Because it's not from his own chapter, I don't think. Nope. It's from
Horus's.
Yeah, it's from Horus's, yeah.
It's the main character from the first 3 books.
Oh yeah, you're right, yes, because it's Horus's like third captain or whatever. Yeah, the guy who ended up staying loyalist, I think.
Yep.
So yes, yeah, it is him, and he gets his ass kicked, and it's so funny because he's such a whingy. The best thing about it is just seeing, because I've it's been on pause for a bit, but I have been reading Fulgrim, and it's been brought up, that combat, because
Fulgrim's still butthurt over it.
He's still butthurt over.
Oh, sorry, Lucius is what.
Yeah, Lucius is super butthurt over it, and like his own chapter members like use it to fuck with him, and it's so good. Gavio Loken, yes, thank you, the Eternal Crusader. Yeah, you're right. I think you did spell it correctly.
Loken.
Well, I think it's the first name is what they weren't sure.
Oh.
Or sorry, John, I think you did spell it correctly, and because Eternal Crusader spelled it the same way.
Okay.
Oh no, actually, sorry, it's an IEL at the end, not IAL.
Oh, okay.
Got it. I understand now. We all know who we were talking about, though. I still can't believe he has. I had to glue his calf in place, and now I have to still glue part of his foot in place. You're not a dreadnought, Lucius. You're not a dreadnought. Why are your toes separate? And that's not actually his toes, it's his heel, but regardless. Why is it separate? I ask. Why?
Why not?
Because I think sometimes GW just likes to make us glue more than's necessary. I think they need the sprues to look more full, and so they spread pieces out when they don't need to. Especially on these single character models. Like, if you're buying a kit that just has the single person in it, I feel like that is, like, kind of true. Would you say he's up there with Erebus for being outright loathed by everyone? Who, Lucius? I mean, in this...
Lucius is much more of a personal villain. Like, he doesn't do anything on big political levels. He just, like, gets real uppity about heroes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I feel like only people who have physically interacted with Lucius in regards to... Like, are you talking about the fans or, like, within world? Because I feel like if we're talking in world...
I was thinking both. It's just with Lucius, his entire thing is he's always the foil to the pro tag.
Yeah.
In regards to a one-on-one combatant rival. But he's never, like, ordering people behind the scenes to thwart the hero.
Yeah, he's never actively orchestrating anything on Chaos' behalf. He's just very self-centered, and people get on him about that because it's easy to tease him. And I think, like, in the same way that people will tease, like, that like to poke at people who are easily riled up, I think it's the exact same thing. I think all of the Space Marines...
Wait, do you empathize with Lucius?
A little bit.
Oh,
okay. In the sense that I'm easily riled up, and I feel like sometimes people realize that and then push it. But yes, I think that is, like, I think that's Lucius's problem within world. No, I think Erebus is probably loathed more.
More people know who he is.
Exactly. I think the problem Lucius has is that, like, yeah, people who have encountered him canonically in world probably loathe
all
him.
of his co-workers hate Lucius.
Yes, like all of his co-workers hate him. But I don't actually think I don't think he's even thought about really by most of the other chapters, whereas Erebus actually could be thought, I think, about that, because he is such a pinpoint like key player in a lot of the corruption even happening, whereas Lucius is just a circumstance of the corruption happening. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, like Lucius is so small time in the grand scheme of things in regards to like him orchestrating or causing anything to happen. He's more circumstantial than proactive within, I think, the heresy. So I think Erebus is definitely more loathed. All right, let's get his chest in place. I love the noise.
Oh, the training rooms.
Yes. It's so good. Funny fact about Erebus is that he isn't Erebus. The real Erebus was murdered and his identity was taken away from being an initiate by a guy who we know as Erebus today. We don't know his real name. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, actually.
That's really not super surprising to me that like Erebus is not actually
like, dude took his role, like took his identity, I believe, before he even became a Space Marine scout.
Oh, really? Like that early?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's like he took the guy who was named Erebus, who was in the trial's place.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think what happened.
Wow, that's wild. Yeah, I actually don't know. Like, other than the fact that I know Erebus initiated a lot of stuff, I actually don't know that character's like specific story super in detail.
He's a dick.
Yeah, all I know is that he is a dick. And I know he instigates a lot of stuff. Lucius, why is your chest not wanting to stick there? Did I not put enough glue? Boy, you will stick together perfectly, or so help me. So help yourself, rather. You beautiful mother trucker. There we go. That's better. I just don't think I had enough glue. Oh yeah, I still need to look into that super glue with the brush tip applicator.
Yes, for that boat.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, it would be perfect for that, actually.
I thought that's what it was for.
I mean, not specifically, but now that you bring it to mind, yeah, that orc boat would be like the perfect like test opportunity for like how well that works.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, that might be a stream in the near future then, just as a like kind of testing a product. 'Cause yeah, I really want to build that thing. It's like a weird gap here, and I don't like it. I don't like it, and I refuse to let it be there. Oh, do we think we have enough charge?
Yeah, it's got 80%.
Okay, cool. Perfect.
Here,
I don't know what happened.
Your input back over to Osmo if it isn't already.
I don't think that it... I muted myself. Properties... Yeah, no, it did not. Here we go. Awesome. Should I lower myself at all? I'm going into the red, but I think it might be...
Bring yourself down like a decibel.
Okay. There we go. So, better mic is recharged. I don't know, like when I picked it up, I just don't think the cable had gotten fully in.
That's probably what it is.
Because it popped off of it really, really easily.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, no problem at all. Oh yeah, Tamiya Extra Thin, I also swear by it when it comes to plastic models. But it was brought to my attention that there is also a super glue equivalent that exists now. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head.
Saved on Amazon.
Yeah, I think we have it saved, but I don't remember like what it's called specifically. But it also has a brush tip applicator, which I'm like, okay, wild, because I've used brushes with super glue before, but it always cakes the tip, like those brushes, the bristles basically together, and it becomes basically unusable unless you're doing really big globby scoops of glue places. Whereas this is like, I guess, a material that doesn't.
It's that Teflon stuff.
It might be. In which case I'm very intrigued because I love this stuff because of the brush tip applicator. Like, I love this stuff. I swear by it for that reason. And if they have an equivalent so that I can actually work with like resin or metal miniatures more easily, because this stuff doesn't work on those, then sick. That's great. Okay, number 4 is his heel, as I thought. Let's clip it this way. Yeah, I think that'll be the smarter, cleaner way to do it. Yeah. Heck yeah. All right, so let's dry fit it first. And I do see, yeah, you are literally rocking heels, my man. Sick. You know, he's just copying like old nobility. Telos, thank you for the $5 donation. GH12002 2-in-1 super glue and brush applicator nozzle. Thank you. That's what it was. Thank you, Telos. Yeah, that was exactly what it is. I want to get that, and I want to specifically try it out on. If you shopped with Cromlech before, they are a bits company. They produce a lot of stuff both in resin, but they also have MDF products. So like some of the alternate sculpts that they have for like a lot of orc vehicles, I think is MDF. However, they did a giant orc vehicle that is pirate themed so that you can run an entire like pirate orc 40k army if you wanted to. Like, they have an entire collection of them. They're so cool. Actually, these little guys, these orcs are from that line. Here, let me bring it a little closer, Noel. So like this is one of the Cromlech orcs that I have painted before. So I have a pirate ship vehicle. It's got big like wooden wheels on it, but it's shaped like a big ass pirate ship. Comes with a whole bunch of orc miniatures that go on it. I want to put that thing together. I've wanted to put it together for years, but I haven't. I've been nervous to do it because I wanted a clean way to do the assembly, and resin assembly is so obnoxious. And so I haven't really wanted to fuss with it because I've been scared to. But knowing about the GH2000 the GH 1200, I can read numbers. Makes me want to go like, okay, maybe I can use this to get some clean assembly on this very large resin thing that I don't want to use UV like curing on because I think that would just be messy. And I don't trust myself with it. So that's the idea. Plastic weld works nicely too. Also brush plastic cement like Tom. Interesting, Star Siege player. Okay, let me write that down because I'll now need to look into both of them. Does it work on resin? This Plastruct? Let's see, Plastruct. Plastic weld. Oh, I've never seen this before. Interesting. Fast as one day with Prime. Read custom. Okay, I don't care about that. So does it work on, it's a general purpose solvent. Does it only work on plastics though? You know, I keep hearing that the Tamiya airbrush cleaner is the same thing as the Tamiya cement, which is just weird. I mean, they smell the same. I have both. It won't work on resin, but it does work on plastic. Okay, well, that's fine, because if it's a large brush applicator, that will be cool for some bigger models, which would be totally usable. Because, like, this is good, but I feel like this is really meant for, like, small stuff. That might be really good for either larger scale model kits, which are still plastic, or just like, because sometimes like busts come in plastic and stuff, or doing terrain builds, you can glue some big plastic pieces together there. Like, honestly, it might have been really nice when I was working on my diorama build for certain things. So I like the idea of it. Really nice, really cool. Okay, we need the other leg, I think. 4, no, I need to glue 4 in and then 8 and 7. So I am still putting the other leg in. Let me get that clipped out before I move forward. Focus on what you're doing, Angela. There we go. Got a nice bent leg that I really need to clean up because I did a terrible job clipping. Okay, that's a good start with the cleanup. We'll finish it in a moment. Number 8. I do enjoy his hooved feet. His hooved heeled feet. Oh, I started to say, and I don't know if I finished. He's just doing, you know, European noble fashion from like 1600s or whatever. I dig it. He's bringing that back. I wish it would be brought back more. I'd love to see more guys walking around in heels. It'd be so funny. You guys would all be so much taller. Imagine a bunch of like 6-foot guys just walking around in like 3-inch heels. I think that's a place to put. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a place to put his foot into the base. So let's not accidentally cut that off, Angela. Be smart. Pay attention to the build, please. We're good. Okay, that I think all faces either in or down. Wait, you go here. Okay, yeah. We're gonna put it in. If a Chaos Space Marine, if I was a Chaos Space Marine, I think I would opt out of the physical mutations. You think so? Do you have a choice? I kind of assumed that you didn't really get the choice when you turned into a Chaos Space Marine. You know, Lucius, for you being a perfect boy, I feel like your fit is not exactly the most perfect. You should write GW an angry letter about them failing to live up to your own standards that they set for you. No, it's actually fine, but there are a couple places where I'm like, huh, this doesn't really want to push in all the way like I would assume. Sometimes they just really snug into each other. Sometimes they don't. He's rejecting his own heels.
Like an undead cleric.
Oh my god. Indeed.
That took you a moment.
It did, but I got it. Oh, I like it. That's good. That's good. Yeah, like, I don't love the way... I mean, I guess it'll be fine once I've primed it. It's probably fine. I'm being picky. I'm being picky, but I'm being picky on Lucius's behalf. Iron Warriors just cut off the mutations. There you go. You know, I guess you're right. I guess I've never seen Iron Warriors really with mutations. I just kind of assumed that Khorne didn't mutate them as much. Like, I mean, I feel like the ones that actually get mutated the most are Nurgle and Tzeentch for sure. And then Slaanesh, like, third. And then, like, Khorne, I feel like, doesn't really mutate as much as they just cut themselves up and, like, bleed a lot everywhere. Attach skulls to themselves and all sorts of places. You know what I mean? Oh, they just replace them all with cybernetics. I mean, that's true. I kind of just assumed that was, I mean, I thought they were just trying to get rid of all of their flesh at that point, if you're an Iron Warrior. Because the flesh is weak and all that. Is it Iron Warriors that are rumored to be in the Horus Heresy box?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Because it's Salamanders versus Iron Warriors. Do they have a history? I actually don't know.
I don't know in detail. I don't know either chat or Legion's history in detail.
Yeah, neither do I. I'm wondering if anybody in chat knows anything about the Salamanders and the Iron Warriors and whether or not they have a history, or if they are just being put in this box because people really want Salamanders and Iron Warriors. Because honestly, I feel like I have heard that a fair amount. Iron Warriors for sure. I feel like people deal with that a lot. All right. But yeah, I think it's really cool that that's the two factions that are supposedly going to be in that Horus Heresy box set, which I'm very much looking forward to. Those chonky dreadnoughts, they look amazing. They look really, really cool. Give me 1 second, chat.
You need me to do something?
Yeah,
Getting in there.
Thank you. It's not showing up on my side, and I don't see it, but it is showing up on my, in the chat here. I'm just not seeing it in, my chat on live. All right, let me go ahead and get this leg attached.
I don't see anything.
Okay, I'm just seeing it. It's weird. I see it
Is it on your overlay?
Yeah, I see it on the overlay. You see Killer Rabbit? It's just, okay. He's back spamming again, that's all. All right. Oh, there's the piece I clipped out. I was like, where? I know I clipped his other leg out, or the other portion of his leg. Where did it go? In front of me, on the floor. Not on the floor, on my table. Directly in front of my face. That's all. That's all. Oh, I totally did not clean that at all. That's not a spike. That's part of the sprue. I need to get that cleaned up. Hello, Havman. It's lovely to see you in chat. How are you doing? You know, honestly, John, I'm not really sure how that works specifically. I don't know, how the mutations end up happening when it comes to being undivided. I assume it kind of depends on, maybe you don't get as many. Maybe you get, random ones. Maybe it changes. I don't actually know. I guess when you look at GW's, physical models for the Black Legion, which would be undivided, they don't tend to have a lot of mutations, do they? I'm thinking back to the ones that I dry brushed years and years ago, and I feel like they are mostly just spikes. Nurgle gets a lot of mutations, they get tentacly all over the place. And then Tzeentch also gets kind of tentacly. Also beaky, they get very feathery sometimes too. Slaanesh gets tendrils, but they also get just elongated tongues. Crab claws, they really like crab claws because they're going to the true evolutionary purity of the crab. Our final stage, our ultimate form, crab. Let's see. Arcane Kelicus says that it's supposed to be part of the drop site massacre. Oh, you mean the Saturnine box? Is that where it's where it's set?
Can you just hide chat while I'm trying to deal with this?
Yeah, of course. There we go.
Because the problem is you haven't blocked, and so I'm having issues here.
I see. I didn't think he could show up then if it was...
So.
All right, so let's go ahead and get this leg in because it's now cleaned up. He is the most dramatic shin guards, and I love them. Everything about this guy is just fantastic. I mean, don't tell him I said that. That'll inflate his ego even more. And he does not need that. Boy's ego is too big already. Iron Warriors and the Raven Guard. Oh, you mean Iron Warriors and Raven Guard typically have a conflict? Is that what you mean, Luke? I think that's pretty clean. I don't think I messed anything up. Let's take a little bit of my low tack, or not low tack, my low grain sandpaper. Just smooth that out a smidge. Am I happy with that? I think I'm happy with that. Would Lucius be happy with that? I think he'd be happy with that. That looks better. And we're good. Yeah. Oh, I want to clean that up a little bit more. Yes. Ferrus Manus would be disappointed in what his sons have become. You think so, Ryan? Diesel Gravy, why not Zoidberg? I don't think Zoidberg would make it as a Space Marine, let's be real. I think Zoidberg wouldn't even survive the trials. It doesn't matter what chapter he goes for. I just don't have faith that bro would be able to handle it. All right, are we doing like spread eagle a little bit? Oh, you just have your leg up because you're standing. Because you're majestic. Okay, I think I have this in the correct position, so let's go ahead, now that we've dry fitted, and actually get it into place. Okay, so it slid in. Perfect. Perfect. See, that was a good, like, tight fit. That's what I'm looking for with my miniatures. Okay, so we're looking good there. He will not stand on his own because of the little spikes on the bottom of his shoes that go into his base, but that's okay. That is fine. We'll get there. We'll get there. Let's actually turn our next page. Interesting. Your neck is separate from your head, is it? Yep. I'm telling you, I swear, because he is a single character model sold in a single box, they just spread pieces out for no reason. Why does this piece need to be separate from his... I feel like it could just, his head could have just been attached to this. They would argue that it would make the head stick too far off the sprue, hence why they split it up. But I feel like they do it intentionally. You know, you're right. I don't think the Night Lords have much in terms of mutations either. Like, the bats on them tend to just be literally their armor, not so much a mutation or anything. Like, I don't think they've turned into, like, Batmen, for example, which may be a missed opportunity, but, you know. I guess technically the Blood Angels have that covered through the Black Rage. A little bit, like... more so there, so maybe that's why they didn't do it. Okay, so that just snugly fits in there. I don't think I really need to do too much cleanup on this. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. GW has no flow or coordination in their sprue layouts whatsoever. Oh, I completely agree with you, Eternal Crusader. That's very true. Have you tried the Lord of the Rings miniatures? They're some of the worst minis you've ever come across. I have not actually, Wolf Samurai. I've only ever built... I was about to list what I've built of GW's products, and I realized that's a much longer list. Lord of the Rings is one of the few IPs and product lines that I have not built from Games Workshop, because I've built a number of their board game miniatures. I have obviously built their Warhammer 40k miniatures. I've built their Age of Sigmar miniatures, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, Underworlds, etc. Like, there's a whole, like, most of their core games I have purchased and built and painted the miniatures for. But Lord of the Rings, not so much.
You can put it on now. I don't.
I haven't. It seems that way. It looks. I have not seen. So I'm just cool. Yep. Cool. Perfect. Thank you so much. Now let me get a little bit more glue in here because this is kind of a weird. It just like I feel like it hovers. I think it needs to go with a spiky bit forward. Yes. Slide into there. Lucius. Settle. No. Bro, how? There we go. Thank you. He was not settling, and I was like, I need you to be in place properly so your neck doesn't look weird. Can't have your neck looking weird, mister. I was into Lord of the Rings minis when you were young, and they were quite bad. Old World is much better. You know, I wonder if the modern ones are significantly better, because I've looked at, you know, I've covered enough Lord of the Rings product from GW just in the news, and while I've not physically opened or built any of them, the more modern stuff, if they're brand new, tend to look okay. And I'm wondering if they're the equivalent of like what they do for their like board game miniature fits, because I still like those are still sometimes a little weird, but generally pretty good because they're trying to introduce people to it. So I think they want them to be pretty easy to put together. So I'm wondering if they've updated that, but I could definitely see some of the older Lord of the Rings kits still being pretty jank if that's been your experience with it. Oh my gosh, you bought a set and they had like missing faces and arms? Oh my goodness. Did you like contact UW to be like, what the hell? Or did you not bother? I know, it's really funny to me that literally all the old world stuff is just mostly them going, hey, we hear that you guys really miss this and you don't really like what we're doing with Age of Sigmar, so we finally decided to just, you know, reprint all those old miniatures. By the way, here's some like random new miniatures here and there. Like we gave you some for the Tomb Kings, and we gave you like one, I think, for the Bretonnians. I think each faction got one. And we're not going to really do that very often, but here it is randomly. Once in a while, in a blue moon, we'll give you something new. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the old world stuff being back. Like I miss those miniatures. I am happy to have those kits back. I just think it's really funny that they just didn't even try. Like they didn't even try to print them in like better plastic or anything. They were just like, nope, make it exactly like it was. We've actually just been sitting on this product and we were waiting for it to like the desire to be high enough again that somebody would come in and buy them. I know, it's crazy that they're even releasing the metal miniatures. Like, I didn't even think they had the molds for those anymore. So I'm like, where is this product coming from? But very, very cool. We need number 11 for his head. His very smooth head. Which is funny, because he's actually like I mean, he kind of looks like a lizard man. He sort of just peeled his flesh away. Isn't that what he's done? He like just slowly peeled his own face off. I can't remember like why he started like mutilating himself essentially. I know it was part of his fall.
Because he got a scar.
Oh, that's right. Was that from Logan? Or Loken, sorry.
Might have been.
It might have been, yeah, actually, you're right.
Someone got more Necrons.
Ooh, ominously baked artists, welcome, welcome. You got more Necrons? That's awesome. Heck yeah. Love a good Necron army. I forget, how were you painting yours? Were you doing the classic look or were you doing something more unique? Or the more personal, I guess. Okay. Look at your beautiful smooth head, Lucius. You're wonderful. GW canceling Warhammer Fantasy, but for Total War Warhammer series was a oh, I completely agree. I think there's literally footage of me from like 2 or 3 years ago on the channel complaining about this exact thing because I was getting ads while playing Total Warhammer 2 for Total Warhammer 3, but also advertising Age of Sigmar. And I'm like, this is not the same. Like the Age of Sigmar models are not models you're gonna see in Total War Warhammer 2 or 3. So why in the heck are you advertising this as if they are the same? And it blew my mind. So like, yeah, I agree with you. The fact that they canceled Warhammer Fantasy Battles before Total Warhammer had like concluded, because I don't think we're getting another one. I think 3 is gonna be the last one. I think they're moving on to 40k. And if they don't, they're hugely missing an opportunity. And they just clearly don't like money. But I don't think that's happening. I think they are in fact working on a 40k version of Total War, which I'm fine with. I love Total War Warhammer 3. I love Total Warhammer 2. I don't need necessarily more of it. I feel like other than just them continuing to add in a few random extra factions or such, I don't really feel like I need that much more. I just think I kind of hear what you're saying, Ryan, but I feel like they did it in a very detrimental way for their original fan base. And I just feel like that's why Age of Sigmar has never gotten, I just feel like it's never gotten as big as they wanted it to. Whereas I feel like fantasy was huge back in the day from like my understanding. Maybe not in the US, but like in Europe, it was big. I remember going to, when I did my study abroad in France, I was in Paris for like a portion of that, for like a week. We stayed there. And one of the things that I intentionally did while I was in Paris was I sought out a Games Workshop store in Paris because I was just like, I just want to see it. I hadn't actually been to any GW stores prior to that. All the game stores that I had been to where I'd been buying my Warhammer products for 5th edition had been like locally, owned game stores that just happened to carry Games Workshop products. I hadn't actually gone to a Games Workshop physical store. So I went there and like they had a table that had some 40k stuff set on it. Everything else, and this was a tiny little shop. Like it was very condensed. They had like 3 or 4 play tables. Actually, I think it was specifically 4. And one of them was open for like free play. The other 3 were set up for demo tables. And one of them was 40k, of course, but the other 2 were Warhammer Fantasy Battles. And then the people who were playing on the free play table were also playing Warhammer Fantasy Battles. So like, and there was no one actually playing at the 40k table that day when I went in. Like, I'm sure there was like later possibly, but when I was physically in the store, there was no one at that table. They were all at the fantasy tables. And so I don't know, I feel like it was big. Maybe I was just getting a very minor perspective, but it's how I feel. Oh, we're all hoping for a Total War Warhammer 40k. We all are. If I had to choose 40k to Old World, what would you pick if you could pick only one? You mean like, are you asking like in regards to like which one I would play or like which world I would live in? Is it like, is this a self-insert or is this a like, I can only choose one game system to play with? Which one would I play with? I'm assuming you mean that, but clarify for me real quick before I answer. Lucius, you have such a tall neck. It's because they made me put it in separately. But you know what? It's fine, because that means I get to look at your beautiful screeching mouth. Oh, I get to put your tongue in separately. That's exciting. Yeah. And everybody says Nurgle's gross. I don't think anything that I built for Nurgle made me put their tongue in separately. Ah, got it, Honestly Baked. That makes sense. I'm excited to see it. I will be watching Skulls Live at the Eternal Crusader. I will be getting my stream at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, or whatever your regional equivalent is. The Skulls event starts at 9 a.m. my time. And so I'm just starting a half an hour early, which is pretty standard for me. That way I can just get us talking. We can, sort of discuss what we think is coming, what we might be seeing and everything. And then we can watch the stream together and it should be awesome. I'm very much looking forward to it. I expect to see reveals for Owlcat's new expansion for Rogue Trader, which I think is the thing that I personally am anticipating the most, just because I completed my personal playthrough of the current game with the current expansion to its entirety, and I loved it. And I do want to try out the new expansion because it's supposed to include an Arbite character as like a new companion. And from what I've seen of like briefly of some teaser trailers and such, it sounds like I get an attack bird and I want an attack bird so badly. I think that's so cool. He's a big eagle and it's so awesome. And I don't know if it's mine or if it's the Arbites, but I really hope it ends up being mine. Like as the Rogue Trader, I want the attack bird. I hope it replaces like my servo skull that follows me around and just like announces my presence, which don't get me wrong is very cool, very appropriate for a Rogue Trader. However, I want an attack bird. An attack bird sounds so much better. Also, you can still program the bird, I'm pretty sure, to like announce my presence and proclaim all of my accomplishments. Because I think that's what the like skull did, is it would just like announce me and basically all of my like official titles because I officially became a Rogue Trader. You're getting into 3D custom printed models? Nice. Oh, that sounds awesome. Oh, that sounds really cool. I love the concept. Can't wait to see what you do with it. Ooh. You want GW Dice collab for Battlefield and the Horus Heresy? I think that could be pretty cool. That would be really cool, actually.
I mean, they already have done like.
Yeah, I was gonna say they've done other collabs, so I don't see why they couldn't do that more. Havman, thank you so much for the $20 donation. My goodness, sir. Thank you so much for the moment of calmness. Today was a total shit show. Got called in at 7 a.m. on your day off. This is the first break you've had. Don't about missing my other chats. Oh, don't worry about missing your other chats. I probably won't be back. Happy birthday, CC, for tomorrow. Well, thank you, Havman. Thank you. Lovely to see you in chat. I hope you get to watch this later. I'm so sorry you got called in. Bro, I hope you're at least getting some sweet OT for all the work that you're doing for them and that they severely appreciate you and that you eventually get either a promotion or a raise because you are working your butt off for them and they should definitely acknowledge that and reward you for it. So thank you so much for the donation and I hope that work goes better for you today and that it's not a complete, like it doesn't end as a total shit show. I know it might have started out that way, but I hope that it doesn't end that way for you, Havman. Dawn of... Oh, yes, I did see... Hold on, let me scroll up a little bit. You can't wait for the Dawn of War remake? I really hope we're going to get a remake. The fact that they haven't remastered Dawn of War... and honestly, I would be fine with just a remastering. I want
all of that janky voice acting to remain intact.
I was gonna say, they better keep those voices.
I was like, I need those voices to still be intact, because like I'm actually in the process of reacquainting myself with Dawn of War, specifically by playing through the first time the Winter Assault. I was like, I know it's something Assault. Winter Assault DLC. So I've been playing through that. I've only done the first, I've done the tutorial because I completely forgot everything about the game because it's been like a number of years since I played it and I just don't retain that information super well. So I did the tutorial again and actually like blitzed through it, killed all the orcs, and then realized that it was still wanting me to make like vehicles that I was like, I don't need these for anything anymore. Like it eventually had me make the Baneblade and I was like, I've already killed them all. But the tutorial wouldn't end, so I just went through it. I guess I could have just canceled it, but I wanted to complete it fully, you know? So I did that, and then I'm into the first like mission. So I've completed the first mission. I restarted it a few times because I wanted to make sure that I was like really confident with my like initial approach for it, and I think I'm okay. I am not a very good RTS player, but I do understand them, and I'm playing campaign. I'm not playing like competitive, so I don't really care about my like clicks per minute or whatever. Thank you, Havin. I really, really appreciate it. Oh, William, it says 37 are watching. Yes, we do have quite a number of people watching, so thank you guys for being here. It's lovely to have you all, even those of you that are just lurking and those of you that are chatting. I appreciate everybody, so thank you guys very, very much. So I saw the Dawn of War sprues. I don't know how many of you guys have seen that. I don't normally like to talk about leaks too much, but I suspect that is for a Barnes & Noble like big box game. That is my expectation because they're red, which means that they're the push to fit. There is a small number of them, and everything else that I saw in the photo with the sprues really gave me the vibes of a small box board game. And so that's my anticipation for when it comes to the Dawn of War sprues that we might have seen. Now, am I still excited for that? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Yes, absolutely. And I hope they do more because I would love a Winter Assault box. Like, because it looks like the first one is going to be just like classic OG Dawn of War, Blood Ravens versus, what was it, Chaos in that one, or Orcs?
In the first one?
In the first one, yeah.
Both?
Both. Okay, so probably like, maybe we'll get one or the other. I assume they probably won't give us both. That would be way too generous. But I expect we'll see something like that. I kind of hope it's Orcs. Honestly, I feel like we get Chaos on a lot of other things. Black Crusade got a lot of Chaos, and there weren't a lot of Orcs in that, so I'd love to see more Orcs, I think. I'd also like to see some unique sculpts for some of the Orcs, because I feel like we haven't seen that from GW, and it'd be really fun to do. Although it's not super zany in regards to like what they're doing, so it would just be probably classic Orc boys. Regardless, I hope they do something somewhat unique for the sculpts for any Orcs that they might do. And if they happen to go Chaos, then I hope they do something unique for that too. If they do go Chaos, though, I feel like they're just going to give us freaking Cultists or something and like be done with it.
Hey, what's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with Cultists, but and maybe like a Space Marine. I just don't think we're going to get a lot because normally in the box sets, sometimes in the board games, GW is really unkind and they make the enemies tokens. Which is kind of what I expect to actually happen here just because there's multiple different enemies, realistically. So it probably will be tokens. But I would love for them to give us at least like a leader Orc and a leader Chaos Marine that are in physical plastic. Like maybe that's asking for too much, but I think it's not. I feel like they could easily make a sprue that just had an Orc and a Marine on it, Chaos and, you know, a normal Orc, and that'd be fine. But that's what I'm hoping for. It's lovely to see you, JM83. How are you doing? I think it'll be a Target / like Barnes & Noble. Do they do them in Walmart as well? I haven't been in a Walmart in a while, so I haven't actually looked.
Some board games do. I don't know if Games Workshop does.
Okay, that makes sense. I knew some board games did. I just didn't know if GW had like an exclusivity right with them. I know they do for Barnes & Noble. Like that definitively, because I see so many GW like board games in Barnes & Noble, which actually makes me really happy because I do see them moving in my particular store, like in my Barnes & Noble. So like that, I'm very excited for that. The leaked sprue is the honored of the chapter sprue from Indomitus. Ah, is that all it is? Is this just the Indomitus sprue? I don't remember them being in red though. Did they print it in a new plastic color? Is that it? Like they just have the file still and they're like printed in red so it's belongs. Faster. So it's yes, so printed in red so it's faster. Oh, right. I need to actually put his tongue in place. Blech. Blech. I think it goes like so. Oh, Lucius, why is your tongue separate? Why did GW do this? Okay, I need to get tweezers, I think. Let's figure out how this fits in. Oh, it goes into partially onto his armor. Okay, good. That will help indicate that I'm doing it correctly. So does it go like that? Yes, it does. Noted. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna set it in one more time. Okay, we're just gonna do that, and then I'm gonna gently place glue beneath it. Oh, 3 blade guard? No problem. The sprue has a chaplain, a judicer, 3 ancient blade guards, and 3 eradicators. The red is for blood ravens. But are they giving us at least blood raven specific? Like, do you know in any of the leaks if the shoulder pauldron is actually like blood raven specific? Or did they literally just reprint it in red? Because if they just reprinted it in red, that is so insanely lazy. And I am very disappointed in Games Workshop for that. Oop. Come on. Buddy.
Yes.
You got your tongue in there before. Can we do it again?
I think so.
Oh my. Oh my. Okay, I need the smaller tweezers. Hold on. I just knocked it out again as well. Feel me. I'm so smooth. So smooth like butter. I don't think we'll see it skulls. I don't think we're gonna. Well, I don't think we'll see it skulls. Skulls is specifically video games.
What? They might announce the video or the remake though.
They might announce the remake. Do you think they'll show us the miniatures for the board game along with that announcement though?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe
it's a much smaller deal than the video game itself.
True. We are going to actually have another watch along directly. Well, not directly. They are not making them back to back. Thank goodness. But we will be having another watch along the day after Skulls. I don't remember when it's starting specifically, but they are doing a full reveal for the new edition for Horus Heresy as well. So I will be covering that on top of it, in which case that could include maybe the miniatures for Dawn of War. But maybe you're right. Maybe they will show the Dawn of War minis. I'm trying to think. I guess they've shown associated non-video game product at Skulls before. So, you know what? They probably will. How do I keep up with so many hobbies? Carefully, and with the help of my partner a lot of the times as well, because like we have 2 brains between us and we just like talk about it all the time. So between like him finding stuff out and me finding stuff out, we just kind of absorb it together and then we end up knowing things, which is nice. Which is, yeah, I like it. I like the way that we end up working out that, or working that way together. It's fun. I think I've got his, I don't know if it's fully seated. Okay, so I think it's sticking too far. Yeah, because there's like a little wedge. Aha! Okay, I think that is now properly in place. How many spikes are there? There's 1, 2, 3. So it's on, yes, okay. Okay, so now we'll take some actual glue. Very small amount, so we don't overflow his mouth and lose a beautiful detail. Get some glue in there. Get some glue, tiny amount of glue on that spike. And then we're just gonna wiggle it in place. There you go. Yay! Okay, I think it's actually in place. I'm gonna let it dry for a moment. I need you to stand upright, buddy. I'm gonna lean you against the bottle of glue. Oh, I immediately dropped him. It's okay. The tongue didn't move. Okay, his big, glorious, lappy tongue is in place. Hello, Luigi. It's lovely to see you. Yeah, we really like doing, like, it's definitely a collaborative effort between the two of us. It's why we run the channel together. So yeah, I really like that. Oh, well, thank you very much.
Wait, you run the channel with someone else? Who?
No, you. I run the channel with you.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant you, like, ran it with someone else, not that you had a slave. I understand.
You are not my slave.
Oh, my bad.
A man chooses, a slave obeys.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't obey.
No, ma'am? Shall I get the golf club?
What?
Nothing.
Oh my.
That was not meant to be that kind of video.
I know. I know it wasn't, but I had to diffuse it somehow.
Diffuse?
I don't know. I'm just making noises, okay? Just ignore me. Ignore me. Everybody ignore me. No one needs to pay attention to me. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay, good. Excellent. Excellent. All right, well, I'm going to work on cleaning up his backpack while his mouth is drying because I really don't want to move him or jostle him in any way, even though I've already dropped him once after gluing his tongue into place, but it seems like it's in a fine position and it's not really moving too much anymore. So we're just gonna pray to Slaanesh that it in fact doesn't wiggle around.
Slaanesh will not grant that.
Oh, you're very right. You are very right. Oh, exciting news. Telos, thank you so much for the $10 donation. You and your girlfriend both love the shot you made of the couple sharing nerdy hobbies, and we agree it's awesome for you to share nerdy hobbies. Or the short you made of the nerdy couples. I thank you so much. I got so much, like, some people got real mad about that. And I'm like, it wasn't meant to be like anti anyone's type of love or anything like that. It was literally just more of a meaning of like, if you're gonna be nerdy, it's probably like cool and might be fun for your partner to introduce them to some of those nerdy things and share those nerdy things. But some people were like, no, my hobbies are separate from my significant other and they will remain separate from my, and I'm like, okay, it was a suggestion, not a demand. And cool. If that's how you guys have chosen to live, it just sounds sad to me. I do, Luigi, and you can find a link to it in my link tree if you want to discover the kinds of things that are over there. But this is YouTube, and we will not break terms of service. So if you really want to know, you can go check it out. There's a free page. All right, this backpack, by the way, looks sick. I don't know if you guys have like seen in detail. It's, I mean, they might in these vials at the top. He might have all sorts of STDs hanging out in there, but I really like the big Slaanesh design. I like that it's carved out and everything. I think it looks cool. It's big, chonky. I enjoy it. Brian, I like to bring people into the hobby too. Oh, Jess, that's great to hear. I love that your wife and you get to paint together and you love hanging out together and she's constantly telling you about her nids. You know what? That's great. I also, if her nids are kicking your Marines' ass, yes, my boys! I do have a nid army myself. In fact, one of them is right here. Look at him, he's so pretty.
Well said.
Thank you. Thank you. And he does like to eat Space Marines. So I understand. And I'm glad that hers are getting a good, nutritious meal out of your boys. Oh, that's so wonderful. That's actually really great. I love seeing couples like do games together. I just think it's good. Like, it doesn't have to even be war games. It can just be board games. It could be playing Magic or Pokemon or whatever. But like, just engaging with a hobby with your significant other, I just think is really cool. And I think more people should do it. I also think engaging with hobbies with your friends and other family members is also really cool. Really, I just think engaging with hobbies with people is awesome. Hence why I do these streams and such. Because I like to hang out with you. I like to chat. I like to scrape my plastic miniatures in your ear. Hopefully it's not too loud. Telos, thank you for the $5 donation. I primarily play Inner Sphere in Battletech, and your girlfriend usually plays clans, so it's interesting. Ooh, that's actually really cool. So are you guys playing?
His girlfriend's got all the cool stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say your girlfriend has all the fun, like funky looking stuff. Because I like clans, from my understanding, have some like really diverse looking models, which I always thought were really neat. Like I remember when the clans Kickstarter came out, like what, 5 or so years ago now.
Ish.
Like roughly, and the models for that like looked so cool. If I had more money, I probably would have put in on some of them just because I liked like the way that the miniatures look. Now, don't get me wrong, I do think they're releasing them now like publicly. Actually, I think they are in Barnes and Nobles and stuff. But like,
they're at least selling.
They're selling the blister packs of like various like
The box
sets.
Wings, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know if they've gotten into them being the clans yet specifically, or if it's just like Inner Sphere.
Yeah,
like
we have a very well stocked Barnes and Noble near us, because like I actually walk through their manga section every time I go there, and the Gunpla section actually has
yeah,
turnover.
It
I
really
was impressive for a Barnes and Noble.
Exactly. No, it really, really is, and it's very cool to see as well. I agree. Couples that game together stay together. That's very true. Your wife has to say 1 and says your Marines' brains are small by comparison. It's, you know what? That's valid. That's valid. That's why they have to consume so many of them, is because it's really like they're just not getting enough nutrients if they only eat 1 or 2. They got to eat the entire squad. Do you know anywhere where you can buy the metal replicas of King Arthur version of Excalibur? I don't think so. Nope. The clan stuff is normal? Okay. Ah, she's Clan Wolf. Okay. Tell me if this was a like April Fool's joke or something like that. I swear I saw an official post from Catalyst Labs talking about a romance novel about the Clan Wolf like leader guy. And is that real?
I thought that was April Fool's.
Was that an April Fool's thing?
So.
Damn it. I really wanted it to be real.
I mean, this is called fan fiction.
I know it is, but I wanted it to be official. Like I wanted it to be
Battletech fan fiction is official.
Well, I meant like I wanted it to be canonically public. Like that's what I mean. Marines are friends, not food. Okay, Jess. Everything's food to a Tyranid, though. Everything is food to a Tyranid. What would people recommend to get into physical Battletech today? So Steiner, my recommendation for getting into physical Battletech, and this is from somebody who has recently gotten more into it myself and has collected the starter sets, I would genuinely start, if you have nothing already, start with any of the starter sets. Now, you want to be a little bit careful about which one you're getting, because if I remember correctly, and Battletech fans in chat can absolutely correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that the Alpha Strike starter set is not going to play like traditional Battletech. Alpha Strike, from my understanding, if I'm getting the name and remembering it correctly, is the one that plays a little bit more like Warhammer 40k. So still a very good like version of the game, but it's not like the OG version. You're not having to worry about heat from my understanding as much. And there's certain other elements that are like removed out of it so that you're not worrying about like losing individual like, I don't think the damage to limbs is as intense as it is in the normal version as it is in Alpha.
Is it more of a wound?
Yeah, I thought it was more of a wound-based thing, just like Warhammer does. Yeah, so like Alpha Strike is the streamlined version, which I thought was supposed to function a bit more like Warhammer 40k. Whereas the let's see, somebody in chat said it, which box is it? The Armored Combat. Yeah, the game of Armored Combat, the one that has that tagline, is like the first box set, and it's still a really good starter set for getting into the game, and it comes with a good amount of mechs in it. So I would recommend getting the game of Armored Combat as probably your jumping in point and expanding out from there, because Catalyst Games releases a significant number of blisters that once you decide, oh, I like this particular mech style a lot, or I like running Inner Sphere, or I like running clans, etc., you can then go and start like sort of piecemealing your armies together and building them out and building your forces. I can't remember what the squad of like 4 mechs is called, but there's like a term for it and I'm blanking on it right now. But you Lance, thank you. Yes, you can like start building out your various lances and then going to combat with them and everything.
They sell the lances, which is a term for like a 4 mech unit.
Yes. Those are the blisters that I'm talking about. Like that's when I say the blister, that's what
they're not really blisters.
Yeah, they're not actually blisters. It's just they're smaller, like they're not a normal sized box when it comes to like BattleTech, I feel like, when you're buying like the starter sets. So but it comes with 4 mechs in them, and they're called a lance. They're really good.
It's called a lance.
It's called a lance. Hello.
I can't believe I didn't just immediately go for that.
I know, right?
I am a failure. I am sorry.
Oh, if you play clans, use stars of 5. Okay, so lances specifically the Inner Sphere. My apologies.
Because it's 1 more, therefore better.
I hadn't realized that they had different size squads.
I like the military theory there. We'll bring 1 more than them.
Yes.
Haha.
Haha. That will make us stronger.
Well played, sir. More gun equal better.
Indeed. All right, there we go. All right, Luigi, if you're going to start spamming like that, we're going to have to block you.
Just tell me.
Yep.
Don't make a big deal, just tell me.
Oh, I just only said the name so you knew which one to get. I mean, I guess it would be obvious, but... All right, but thank you guys. By the way, 43 of you watching, love to see that. Hope you all are doing well. Lucius is coming along. Look, we got his backpack on. I'm very happy with how he's coming together. Honestly, I was worried about his tongue. It went in there way better than I expected. Western militaries used to run tank platoons of 5 vehicles. They went to 4 tank versions they use now.
Did you already block them? Because I don't see them in your chat.
I think it's somebody using that. They just changed their name. I think it's the same person as before.
But I don't see them in your chat.
I don't either. I see them on this though.
I can block it.
Okay.
Like we've gone over this a lot of times off camera, folks. She never.
I hit the. Do I just like hit the 3 buttons and do mute on them?
Oh, do you have that option?
It says so, but I don't know what it does.
What?
Like
you've had all these admin controls this entire time.
I don't know. Like I can do this and then hit that, but I don't know what it does.
That mutes them.
Okay.
So why don't you mute them?
Okay. Well, let me do that and see if it works.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
You literally have an option that says mute.
I didn't know what it. I just looked and like to see if it actually gave me options, and I didn't.
Well, now it's not doing any options, so.
I think you're. Yeah, you just weren't clicking in the right spot. So yeah, so they are, but like, let me see if I...
See? You lie.
I don't...
I don't know.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll just...
If I don't have admin controls, you need to do what we've talked about.
All right. Let me go ahead and get the next piece. Oh, I didn't even notice. Oh, I'm glad I didn't accidentally clip that off or anything. A little spike, okay.
Yeah, but not in your chat.
Interesting. So does that have a little, does that need a, okay, it does need to be there. I'm glad I checked. I'm glad I checked if this, so there's a little, let me show you guys. There is a tiny little peg. Can you see it? You see that tiny little piece of like plastic in between the two larger vials on this backpack? So I was looking at that going, oh my God, is this something that needs to be there? Do I need to clip that? No, I do not need to clip it. It actually attaches to this other 5th vial that goes down to his chest. So let me go ahead and take care of that. I'm also going to go in here and see if I can do anything. Don't know if I can do it from there. Let me do this real quick. Oh, also, now that we're not looking at something super up close, the building is going great, lucrative. It is going wonderfully. You spy an eye. This dude has so many because he's got so many faces on his chest. He has a little like cinched corset too. I just have on his chest piece, which is great. See it? I love it. It's so good. This character is so fun. Lucius, you're so wild. You're so broken. But really, what Emperor's Children didn't end up broken? I clipped the piece out. Where did it go? Oh no. I'm sure it's on my desk. But where on... Oh, there it is. It blended in with the dark gray of my table really, really well. Okay, so I think we're okay. I think I need to do a smidge, a tiny bit of cleanup right here. And that, I think, is all I need to do on this particular piece. I do appreciate that generally on the smaller pieces, I don't feel like I find as many wound lines. Oh my gosh, William, me too. I have clipped so many of the wrong pieces. I was talking about it, I think when I had Shay on, either the last time or the previous. It was either the first time or the second time that she was on, because we've only done 2 streams with her. But I remember it coming up as a topic where I was talking about how I had to redo and rush out and buy a completely fresh kit for the Sisters of Battle Paragon Warsuit. Thank you. Because I had completely butchered the build process and clipped the wrong thing and could not get it to like sit properly. So I just had to like bite a bullet and go buy another kit, which was painful because it's an expensive kit. But yeah, it was don't wipe the face when using super glue. You got your finger stuck to your nose once? Jay, oh no! Thankfully, I am using Tamiya extra thin cement, so this will not glue my fingers to myself. It'll only glue plastic pieces to other plastic pieces, which I am very grateful for. Okay, so I'm seeing how this, I think, is supposed to go on. I think it goes angled like so, because these wires need to go into his head. Yes. Okay, so bit fiddly. We need to be very careful because this is a very thin connection point, and if it gets messed up, we're kind of over. We can't.
So I figured out the problem.
What is the problem?
The settings just don't work well in Opera.
Oh, is that what's happening?
Yeah, as soon as I open everything in Chrome, I can do everything again.
Okay, thank you so much for figuring that out. I will make a note of that for myself so that I can bring up, Chrome up when I see that happen if you're not around. Yes. Thank you. Okay, perfect. Hey, nobody home. It's lovely to see you. You're up waiting for the upcoming Raven Guard for 11th edition so we can get the Nokian Shark Cohen. Is that forgive me, I'm not as familiar with the Raven Guard's like named characters. Is that one of their I assume it's not the chapter master. But is it one of their like captains? Please explain to me which character that is, Calexis, because I don't know that one off the top of my head, but if you're expecting a miniature for them, that sounds very cool. Praise be the motive force, eternal and bright. Form plasma coils to aspect sight. Initiate the rite. Authenticate. Confirm. The Omnissiah is all. The Omnissiah is one. Praise be the Omnissiah.
Praise be.
Praise be. Oh, I do love
1001
10010. Oh my gosh, I haven't listened to that song in ages. Okay, see where the little peg is supposed to go. I'm going to put the glue on this side and then do a smidge on these points as well, just so that they get plugged in a little bit. All right, guys, let's get this in place. Oh, I almost dropped it. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything is awesome.
Everything is awesome. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Okay, definitely. Okay, let's get these into place first, maybe. Lucius. There you go, bud. Okay, I think. Holy fuck, what? Oh, this is. Okay, I'm gonna let. That has to go on like that. Okay, that is on where it needs to. I'm gonna hold this in place, and then I'm gonna put the cords attached separately by themselves because it's being finicky. Okay, so then we get to go. Oh my God. Please do not do that. Do not fight me. Come on. I'm being quiet because I'm concentrating. I'll show you guys.
Are you ignoring chat again?
No, I'm not ignoring chat. I'm just fighting this miniature. Okay. Okay, let's get the connection point in there. Okay. Okay, so that's in place. Good. Okay. Push that back together. Gently. Very good. That is not moved. Here's what I've been struggling with. The most finicky part of him so far has been that cable connecting this to his cheek. That was what I was fighting. While simultaneously trying to make sure the backpack spike isn't like leaning in a weird way and gapping. But I think we're good. I'm gonna let that dry and we should be fine. He was the Marine that was last seen in Call's lab for the Primaris upgrades in the novel and was known to have shot a Primarch in the head with a sniper rifle, as well as be the best bounty hunter boy here, Lucius twice. Oh! Ooh, he shot my beautiful Lucius twice? Very cool. All right.
Good way to get yourself turned into Lucius.
I know, that's a good way to get yourself turned into him. Maybe he doesn't have pride like that. He's a pure...
Necrons aren't immune.
Oh, it's not, I don't think it's a Necron. I think it's a...
No, but my point is, even Necrons who have no pride are not immune.
Oh. You mean they gain pride by killing him?
I mean, they count it as a kill.
And that alone will do it, huh? That it's that easy for him? Okay.
Even if you remember killing him.
Okay, so it's not even that you have to actually be prideful of it. It's just that you have to acknowledge you killed him.
Yeah.
I see. I always thought you had to be like, oh yes, I killed Lucius the Eternal.
Due to the fact that he has turned from a Necron, I would take it to be any acknowledgement of defeating him would count.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, we're going to now do the next most fiddly part of this build, which is attaching the Slaanesh symbol to his beautiful sword. Because boy has to have a fancy dueling saber. Because our boy likes to prove himself to daddy and everybody else around him. Poor Lucius. He got part of the Emperor's, like, inferiority complex shoved directly into him. Him and Fulgrim. All of the Emperor's insecurity about being a handsome man or not handsome enough, despite the fact that I'm pretty sure, like, the Emperor supposedly has banged a lot of women and produced children. You know, those star children out there. Although, I don't think that's canon anymore, is it? Boo, GW, boo. Okay, which angle does this actually go on? This way. Because it's a guard. It's a very beautiful guard. God to the Zilla, welcome to the Hobby Night Legion. Thank you so much for joining us. It's lovely to have you as a part of our community. Appreciate you being here. That's why one of the Emperor's Children Marines said to strike him from orbit and have the servitors press the button. Oh my god. Oh, that's a perfect way to kill him and then not have it. Like, do you think the servitor would get pride, though? He'd be like...
I don't know. I'd be worried that just the commander for giving the order would, you know...
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's, like, if it's that, like...
It's
potent.
Chaos. I would kind of imagine it would.
I mean, it would be, right? Any thought of the action by anyone in the room when it was performed?
Like, a blank might pull it off. I don't know.
Well, but wouldn't a Necron essentially be a blank, though?
No, Necrons have souls.
Oh, okay.
They're very weak, but they do have them.
Okay. Lucius, what is going on your knuckles? Do you have, like...
Like, they're basically, like, the better way to think of a Necron soul...
Yeah.
...is it's really, really, really bleached.
Ah, it's just very washed out, I get you.
Yeah. Except for the, nobles.
Right. I miss when it was all of them were that. Like, I understand...
Same.
Like, I understand why GW retconned it and let the nobility of the Necrons have more of a personality, because they somehow think that's going to, like, sell more models or whatever, but I really miss when they were just sort of empty,
undead.
Undead, like, monsters. Lucius, why do you have so many... There we go. Never mind. Got it, boy. You can have as frilly of a sword as you want. Is it connected to your... Oh, no, that's just the hilt. Okay. I thought it was connected to his armor. I was like, that seems detrimental to you wielding it. having it physically connected to your armor. Like, don't get me wrong, I know like lightning claws are a thing and those are technically like short swords connected to your fists, but there's precedent for that. We all know the Wolverine can do it. The old Necron lore still exists, but the Pariah must be retconned. That's fair.
Oh, I missed the Pariah. I missed the models. They were cool.
Mm-hmm. You made Seraphon for 40k? That's cool. Like you're converting your like lizard men into a 40k army. What are you running them as rules-wise?
I bet Votan.
Okay, I could see that. I could see that. I could also just run them as salamanders.
Hey.
He was once blown up from a landmine and came back through the worker who made the mine. Wow, really? Damn, that is... Lucius, you're such
A man found pride in his work, and he really shouldn't have.
Lucius is just also like, he's like, man, any opportunity for me to return, I will.
He's an SCP.
I know, he really is, actually. Oh my gosh, he is an SCP.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, has there been a SCP based off of Lucius's concept? Yeah, I'm like, I don't know.
Thousands.
I know. I've watched so many of those like SCP videos.
And once you get past the first 1,000, I don't put much stock in them.
No, I agree, because they just kind of get like ridiculous.
It is the most evil thing that has ever existed, and it is also a Sharpie.
Yeah, it's also a Sharpie, exactly.
Any punk rock song that is written by this will create an alternate dimension where your organs are splayed inside out, and you have to watch. I don't know.
I mean, I think you made a Slaanesh like SCP there, actually.
Yes, but you know that's just what SCPs in the 1,000 categories are. They're always Euclid or fucking whatever. And
oh yeah, they're all exactly. They're all deadly as hell. For both, and made it a working Space Marine Crusade. That's awesome. That's so cool. Ah, that makes sense, Morgan. Sick. All right. That is glued into place. Look at him. He's gonna stab you. Fight me. You'll just become me. Or die. Oh, his shoulder pads are so fun. He's got so many faces. So many beautiful faces. Oh, I guess hold on, I gotta put his other arm on first. I guess I'll do that before I put both the shoulder pieces on. I guess I kind of need to attach this location for the shoulder piece to sit. Maybe to the model before I try to put the shoulder in place. I just got really excited. It's really fun sculpts. The horrified screams. Truth and current wisdom in the gear. Omnissiah guides us, banish all fear. I appreciate you putting it also in binary. Okay, let's get that cleaned up. Really big mold line on your arm, buddy. We'll clean it. Don't worry. We'll make you beautiful. We'll make that armor pristine for you. I cannot wait to throw some color on this boy. I'll have to look up and see if he does like anything unique or specific for his armor. I've never actually I actually think I know him more in his like more actual like human marine form than I've seen him in his like Slaanesh corrupted form. When it comes to the art, at least. You wonder if GW is going to expand the Blood Pack Kill Team models and give us Chaos Guard army someday. I mean, that would be awesome. I would love to see them release some cool Chaos Guard. You can get some if you can find. I know they're out of print now, or at least I think they are. But the old Black Crusade, or sorry, not Black Crusade. I think that is a box set, but different box set. The Blackstone Fortress board game, when that was coming out, there were a number of Chaos Guardsmen in that, which were really cool. And I would love for them to either bring those back and just put them like out as a separate kit, which I don't know if they've ever done, or to just make new ones and also release those. That would be very cool.
He's almost done being put together, right?
Yes, I am very close.
Okay, once he's done, we'll take a break.
Okay.
And I will get him gray sprayed.
That makes sense. I like that. There we go. That's where it connects. Get a little bit of glue in. There we go. That actually looks even better. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry for a second. Close my glue so we're not smoking ourselves out. I know even his proxy model wasn't very different, but not bad. That makes sense. You play him from 1991. That's awesome. That's very cool. Yeah, he's on a lot bigger base now. Oh, you think even with this base, you think this is still too small for him? Even with the whip? That's fair. I haven't got the whip out yet, so I don't know how much it wraps around. But I've seen enough, like, honestly, the Age of Sigmar miniatures do that all the time. So I'm kind of happy to see that flourish come to 40k, because I sometimes they're a little stoic. Like sometimes they're a little static is really actually not stoic. Isn't really them being a problem, but them being static feeling like very motionless, especially the Space Marine sculpts. I don't always like sometimes. Hold on, where's the box? I mean, I see what you mean by going out past it a little bit, but I don't think it's too bad. It's not any worse than like my Tyranids or some of the stuff that I've seen from Age of Sigmar, so I'm not too worried about it, but we'll see when we get to actually putting that on there. Okay, so we got the arm, we got that other arm. Let's get the shoulder pieces in place. Get those clipped out, cleaned up, and attached. Thankfully, they made the connection points here very easy to get to and unobtrusive, although I do need to be careful of the little tongue on this particular shoulder that's sticking out, because man, does Slaanesh love her tongue sticking out. So I may actually just be able to further clip off. Yes. There we go.
Are you married?
Oh yeah. It's just checking chat.
You been ignoring chat again?
Nope. I actually think I've been pretty kept up with it.
We've had words about this, Angela.
We have.
And you know what happens. Like a starship coming into frame.
It is. Okay, that's getting a little close.
Okay, Angela?
Yeah? Oh.
Why, you've still...
Activate it. Because I'm worried. Are you going to go get Pimp Daddy Fulgrim in the future? Absolutely, yes. I do want to get Pimp Daddy Fulgrim in the future. Just have not picked him up yet. But yes, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. He will be mine, and I will paint him beautifully.
I can also be Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian from Being the Elite like 4 years ago.
Oh, I miss them, yes. Oh my god, do I miss them. Why do you have such a giant hole in that shoulder? Jesus.
Where you gotta put your dick?
Oh, I mean, that's fair. He would want to insert it into a weird spot, wouldn't he?
Indeed.
Okay, I think I put the right shoulder on that. Yep, tongue is on the other one. Oh, yeah.
Is chat freaking out because of the starship gun?
No, I don't think. Not yet.
They're like, oh, no. So where's your girlfriend anyway?
Shay? She's...
You're the one who said that's your girlfriend. That's not me. That's you.
Okay, well, she's not actually my girl. I mean, she's my friend and she's a girl, okay? And I don't have a lot of those. She is actually at a bike ride today, being a little spicy.
Oh, is she at Beta Breakers?
She is at Beta Breakers, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that's why she was not
in the Bay Area. Everyone knows about. Do you know what Beta Breakers is?
I know it is the year. Is it a yearly or is it a biannually? I think it's a yearly.
I think it's yearly. It's biannual because biannual means twice a year, right?
Yes.
Yeah. If you count the Santa March in December.
Okay, I think they might do other ones in other locations, and that might be what I'm thinking of in regards to like, this is the only one in SF, but I think they do these nudist bike rides other places.
Well, Beta Breakers is not just a nudist thing.
Okay, I think I don't know if it's Beta Breakers specifically or if
part of it.
It might be.
So for those of you who are not from this area of California, Beta Breakers is I don't know if it's a half marathon or a quarter marathon, but it's a run through the city of San Francisco. And that's why it's called Beta Breakers. It's because you're running from the San Francisco Bay side of the city to the side of the city that faces the ocean where the tide breaks. I don't know the exact streets and all that.
That's cool.
But it's an official event. It gets shut down by...
Or shuts down the street.
Yeah. The city shuts down a large number of city blocks for it. But the tradition for it is that everybody dresses silly. Now, this isn't true. There are people who take it seriously like a marathon and literally there are racers.
Right, but
But the majority of people who do it wearing silly costumes.
Got it. Well, I don't know if this is...
And I'm sure there's a nudist group who does it because it's San Francisco and that's the kind of thing that would happen.
No, it absolutely is. Let me see, because I actually think she told me what it was called.
The one problem with this, I think it is also notoriously that all the people in costume also drink while doing it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think, it didn't sound as rambunctious as that, but...
Well, they're biking, not running. So
yeah, they're biking as well.
That would be different.
Yeah, let me actually look, because I know it's like...
But the other one I was referencing is in San Francisco, and I think other cities do this too. I don't think this one's a San Francisco thing, and I'm sure other cities do marathons with costumes and drinking as well. And I don't know what...
Okay, so I actually think what it is, it's not Beta Breaker. I think it's the World Naked Bike Ride.
Okay, well, it's happening at the same time as Beta Breakers.
Okay. Is Beta Breakers happening right now? Do you know?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay. So, well then, okay. Yeah, then maybe it's happening simultaneously. I'm not sure. But, yeah, I think that's what they're at.
And then in December, and once again, I think most major, metropolitan areas have something like this.
Yeah.
But a not so sponsored tradition, I don't know the history of it.
Yeah.
Started a while back where dudes would dress up like Santa Claus. Near Christmas and go bar hopping, and I think sometimes there's a mass run involved.
Okay.
But it's mostly just a lot of drunk Santas swarm the bars of downtown San Francisco.
Well, I mean, there's no
used to pre-COVID.
There's no kids to ruin the illusion for them down there, so it's fine.
True.
Tortoises don't run and live for 100+ years. There's a moral there. Are you saying that we shouldn't run, Gordon? And we'll live longer? All right, we've got his other hand, which is delightfully attached to this whip. I see.
Oh, yeah, like Angela.
I see, yes.
There's a photo of it last year.
Oh, wow. That's dense.
That's why I was saying, I thought it might be kind of associated.
Yeah, it might be associated with it.
See, this is the path. You see, it goes from Embarcadero
to Golden State? Is that where it's going to?
Well, yeah, what it does is it goes all the way
or Golden Gate, rather.
Financial.
Uh-huh.
and then I think it takes mission.
Okay.
Through, or no, I think that's Haze. It goes through Haze Valley.
Okay.
And then the second half of it, or the last third or so, takes place in Golden Gate Park.
I see. That's cool.
So they start by the water, go through Soma, and then cut across through the park.
Got it.
But see, like, people dress up in costumes.
Yep.
I'm showing her a picture of a
Yep.
large number of people dressed up like cows.
Yep. They're literally dressed up like cows. Not cowgirls, cows.
Yep. And not even the sexy type of cows.
Nope.
Just
like, cows.
More like, more like their Dell computer mascots from the year 2003.
Yes, exactly. Perfect.
Shout out if you ever got a Moo box delivered.
Moo. I think I actually did.
I did.
I know I did. Yeah. I think that was actually my like first one that I had in my room.
Yep, mine too.
Give the children alcohol before sports, take them. Was a life advice from a local comedian back in the day. Amazing. All right, we've got the whip starting going. I didn't realize it came out of the tongue of one of the bodies on his arm, which is great.
Yep.
Oh, that's so good. You're so gross, Lucius. Okay. He can stand a little bit better now because I've got the whip in there. Let's get the other half of it in place, and then it's literally just the base. Base. All right. Pretty clean clip. Still got a few spurs on there. So let's take care of those. I mean, this is a tongue after all. We kind of want it to be, I mean, I guess we could have it be a little bumpy. It's so weird. It's like splitting into, is it a tongue turning into hair? Which is frankly disgusting.
It turns into some kind of lashes.
Disgusting. Very, very Slanesh. But ew, I'm just like, because I don't like hair in my mouth. Like, it makes me gag. So I'm just, the idea of like this tongue turning into hair is just uncomfortable. Perfect. It's perfect for my dear boy Slanesh. Well, technically this is Lucius, but he is one of Slanesh's dear boys. Hello, cool bro. It's lovely to see you. Have I ever listened to the band Solid Bass? I don't think I have, Ryan. What kind of music do they do? And can I find them on I guess I can probably find them on YouTube, but I was about to ask if I can find them on Spotify. Okay, I think I need the sandpaper. Yeah, it's looking good. Cleaned that up without taking the details away. We have a little bit of flash there. I need to clean this side up, though, before I move on, just so I don't forget it, because it's already pretty smooth, but I just want to make it a bit smoother. Okay, so let's get that snipped. And smooth. Woohoo! Europop? Oh man, totally into that. You know what I was listening to earlier, actually, while I was out? I just had various versions of Mon Mothma's stress dance from Andor. It's so good. I actually even found a playlist that somebody put together and I think they labeled it Mon Mothma's Freak Out playlist.
What were you listening to in the shower earlier?
It was part of that playlist.
Okay, I was wondering.
Because it was all dance music. But it also included a fair amount of Lady Gaga in there, which was cool because Abracadabra was on the playlist and a couple other things. So I was like, yeah, this works. This totally. If she had a playlist to feel out her stress, I think this would be it. Considering the way she danced at that wedding, God, that series was so good. I loved it. Probably it's up there as one of my top live action series for Star Wars by far. Okay, I think we are clean. I don't see any More spurs. I just need to smooth that a little bit. Oh, that is a good idea. Hairy tongue is a cantrip for D&D. Gross. Ew. Gross. Oh, it would be fun though. I understand. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get the whip put into position. I'm gonna glue a little bit of glue on both sides just for a little bit of a tighter connection. Okay, I'm just gonna hold that in position so it can bond a bit before I release it. Oh my gosh, totally agree with you, Ryan. By far one of the best Star Wars shows, especially live action. Like I call it out specifically as like one of my favorite live action series because I really love Rebels and Clone Wars, but they're animated. And so like, and I don't know if I think their impact is still ultimately for me greater, but man, Andor just did such a good job. Like I love pretty much every character in that series. Like I just think they did it all very well. And even my like least favorite character, I still like respect and everything. It's just they're just less impressive to me than some of the other characters. Like Luthen, holy shit. Clea, yes. Like honestly, Cassian is cool, but he's actually not up there as like my top guys, or even characters really in the show. Mon Mothma, fuck yeah, so good. Daedra, yes. I'm forgetting his name.
Luthen?
No, not Luthen. Daedra's boyfriend. Cyril.
Yes.
I don't know why I was blanking on that for so long, but yeah. So Cyril, also love him. Just like, I mean, hell, I even like Mothma's husband / I think not husband by the end.
So in the interview, they did talk about him a bit.
Oh yeah,
what? And it was like, and they kind of decided not to go with it, but they did think about going with the idea that she would actually have a meeting, like some final talk with him. And he would express to her, they interrogated me every week. They questioned me constantly. I never told them anything. Like the at least, like, I think that's sort of the actor's headcanon, at least. Of like, he knew what was going on.
I mean, he had to have, right? Like, there's no way. But with that man running her fucking schedule, as they really, really, really made a point of.
Yeah, and I think
in the second season, especially.
And so I think the point is, as well, he wasn't an active member.
No, he still was. And he still was doing his thing at the end, I think, too, is what the implication is there. God, see, even that character was so good. Yeah, the level of depth in it, honestly, the fantastic monologues between season 1 and season 2, between actor who plays Golem in the prison, to like Luthen's speech, to like the speech by the freaking bellboy in the fucking window of the hotel where Cassian is staying on Gorman.
That actor's monologue, good for him.
Like, oh my God, like even that was amazing. And then, let alone the speech that the IBS supervisor happened to be listening to at the very end when like we saw him last. Like all of those monologues, I loved them. I just super, super loved them. Okay, do I want... I think it'll be okay to attach you to your base. I don't think it's going to be a problem. You go. Should I have you attached? What do you think? Do you think I should attach him or leave him unattached?
For Prime? For me?
Yeah.
I would leave him unattached.
Okay.
That's just me.
Okay, I'm going to do that then. All right, unattached. Let him finish drying there. Let's glue this down. Also, thank you for subscribing, the Hurok. It's lovely to have you join us. Okay, let's get this glue on. Just gonna center this, I think, is probably the best. Oop. Pressed a little too hard. I'm actually gonna center it back a little bit. That way, when he's standing on it, his whip doesn't go as far off. Yeah, okay, that'll be great. I'm just gonna put a little bit more glue down there to really stick that to the base. Don't want it coming off on me. Oh, he is standing on a poor iron hand. Aw, I just realized. Aw. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think I remember now some Iron fans complaining about it in my chat.
Yeah, they were like, oh, look, a new
a new Iron Hand model. It's the first one we've gotten in years. Oops. Sorry about that. My camera went asleep on the video, but that's okay because we're actually going to be pausing here in just a moment. I'm going to hang out for a little bit to let these dry a little bit more before we take our break so that Chaos Cultists can get them primed, because I'm going to Grisaille these guys. Or Lucius. It's not these guys. There's two pieces. That's why I said these guys. I'm going to Grisaille them, and that is... I will see if I can, Diggs. Thank you for letting me know.
You all right?
Yep. Absolutely. Nothing to worry about. Yeah, we lost the hand cam. Don't worry. It'll come back. Don't worry. We'll bring it back when we come back from our break. I really am pleased with how he came together. I don't think it'll be too bad to paint either. Like, the whip really allows him to be very open still. So I don't actually think getting to various places is going to be tough. Now, one thing I do want to check is just that I've removed as many seam lines as I can for our beautiful boy. I think we're looking good. I'm not noticing anything like super obvious, although I do think that might be one on his head still that I didn't apparently get all the way. And not just a wrinkle in his brow, in his bald brow. Don't worry, Lucius. You're still beautiful. Even with how much you've fucked up your phone face. I think he just needs to be told that. I mean, really, I think that's just all Fulgrim needs to be told sometimes too. All right, I think we're good. I think they're looking fantastic. He's gonna roll a little bit because he can. All right. All right, I think with that... Oh, anyone know how long modern GW plastic will remain good before rotting? I fear things like that whip is going to fall off within 5 years, even if never touched. I don't think it will.
No, I've had miniatures since I was like 26 years ago, and they haven't changed or deteriorated.
Yeah, I was like, I've never really heard of like the plastics rotting before. I mean, I guess like maybe the glue, like depending what kind of glue you're using, that could like fail or something like that. And I've definitely seen that of where it just gets really brittle, and sometimes like I'll have a limb fall off on one of my older models that I've built. But I feel like that's probably more down to incompetence on my part in gluing when I was younger, and less so the plastic being a problem. So yeah, I don't think it's too bad. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick like 10-minute break or so. That way we can get Lucius primed, and when we come back, we'll go ahead and start getting a lovely Grisaille on him so that he's prepped for my painting tutorial that I'm going to be doing with him. I'm very excited for it. I hope you guys have been enjoying. We will be back in roughly 10 minutes. See you guys soon.
Oh, you're upside down.
Ah! Ah!
You live in Australia.
I don't know. But hi. Welcome to the Down Under, y'all. Hello! I figured, we can bring the camera downstairs. Chaos Cultist reminded me that we were capable of doing that, so we would just prime down here. So how are you guys doing? How you guys doing? I'm just coming in here briefly to check and see how chat's doing.
What's up, Biggs Outdoors?
All right, are we ready?
That way.
Good call. Maybe not at the camera. Yeah. Let's go. God, I hope I did an okay job. What do you think?
Well, why are you worried?
Because I saw like speckling, but I think it's okay. I think it's just it drying.
Yeah, it looks fine.
Okay.
I might hit it with a second coat, like after it dries for a second.
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
I get stressed about priming, okay? Priming is like the most stressful part of any miniature building process and prepping process that there is because I just constantly feel like I do a terrible job. So I worry, but no, I think it's going okay. I think it was just really wet looking because I had just done that side. But it's actually drying pretty well. Oh, while I'm waiting for him to dry, let me grab the base. Because we need to prime that too.
I was gonna say that'll give him time to
yeah, exactly. Almost pointed that at my face. You say funny.
I do.
I say ow.
Funny out.
Okay, hold on, I gotta go with this.
Every time we watch a show, try not to laugh compilation. It's the sudden injuries that always get me.
It's true.
And adjust your shorts for you too.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Like no, sorry guys, but come on.
Sorry, guys. There we go. Okay, everything's drying. I don't think the base needs a second layer. I think it's fine. I think that seems fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs a bit more time to dry. You guys want to see my carnivorous plant that I bought today?
I was gonna say, do you want to?
I was gonna say, do you guys want to go to my?
Hold the camera for a quick second. Let me get some shoes on.
Okay.
Before I step outside.
Yeah, I'll take you guys into my greenhouse.
Yeah, camera, I'll carry that chair.
Oh, perfect. Sounds great. But yeah, I think that'll work very well. You're from Australia? Well, I was upside down for you for a little bit. All right, let's go. All right, be careful of the minis. And we will come this way to my greenhouse. Here, can you hold this while I get the...
I can do this.
Okay, cool. I've been loving having this. It's been great. There has been some gnats in there though, and I worry that they might like damage my plants. So I bought a little carnivorous plant at this like local place that sells a variety of different types of plants. And it's a little pitcher plant. I'm so excited. Don't worry, I have distilled water for it. Oh. There we go. But yeah. Do you want to follow?
Here,
Okay.
you show them. I don't know what you're going to be pointing at.
Okay, so let me just show you my plants because I think they're cool. We have on this side cucumbers. There's one missing because it's over on there because it got really big. And I noticed that the roots were starting to come out. I think I need to transplant this one. Actually, I probably need to transplant all of them soon to bigger pots. Here we have some, I don't remember what kind of tomatoes, but a specific type of tomato. Then we have, I think, bell peppers somewhere, and then another type of pepper over on this side. I can't remember which ones are which. Here we have some flowers, which are coming along. These ones especially are doing very, very well. But Some of them, some herbs are in these other ones, and they have not been coming in as well. There's a couple, like you can see, like that one there, and that one has an herb, and that one does, but none of these other ones do. I don't know what happened. Maybe it just got too warm, too cold. I don't really know. I got my succulents down there, which I think were getting too much sun because they were starting to shrivel, but I've cleared all of the bad things.
They are looking better now.
They are. This one I had to move because this one's really, like, look what's happening to this poor thing. Do you see how shriveled those are? I think it's getting too much sun. I asked the, like, succulent guy, and he told me to take these off, these shriveled ones, because it just sucks the nutrients from, like, the healthy ones. But there's so many of them. I'm worried this plant might be dead. I'll find out. I'll figure it out. On this side, these are some of my, like, first plants that I planted, actually, and we'll get to my pitcher plant, which is over here too. So this is the one cucumber that I moved because it got so huge. I do have, my chives are really starting to go, which is cool. My basil here has started to really go, which makes me very happy. I have no idea if these tomatoes are going to live. Their leaves look so sickly, but I know that those are, like, the first leaves, so I don't know if it's okay. I don't know if they're surviving. The peppers, I think, are doing okay. Like, they seem to be sprouting and growing up like they should be. And then I got a couple more chives and basil plants here. But here is my wonderful pitcher plant. So it's sitting in distilled water because apparently they don't like water with a lot of minerals in it. And my tap water is very mineral dense. So it was recommended to me by the lady who sold it to me to get distilled water. And she just had hers, like, sitting in a little thing of them. So that's what I've done. And hopefully this will help deal with the little gnats that I've seen around these guys, because it's been stressing me out. Then on here, I have even more plants, but these are all flowers. So I've got blue tansy, some zinnias, some cosmos, some marigolds. I can't remember what are
Warhammer fans love
plants.
Flowers.
My Nurgle garden is growing. Okay, guys, my Nurgle garden. This is my Nurgle garden. Welcome to my Nurgle garden. And then I've got some columbine, some morning glories. These are actually sunflower seeds, which I'm really excited for, and they should be like a purple sunflower. I think is because I can't remember what it's like, chrysanthemum or something like that is what it's called. But I'm very hyped for that. But yeah, those are my plants. Those are my plants while we let my miniatures dry, because I have a lot of hobbies and I enjoy them immensely. I'm very glad my basil's been growing. Like, that one basil plant has saved my poor herbs.
My herbs are doing well.
Yeah, your herbs are doing great. Here, we'll go see Chaos Cultist herbs real fast, because his herbs are doing fantastic. He's using science to beat me, and I think it's working. Because he's got some, like, all of it he does, but I don't think they're gonna die. I think they're gonna be fine. All right, let's check this guy. Do we think he needs it?
I wouldn't mind it.
Okay. Very well.
Hit it from above and from the bottom. You were hitting very this way. I want some from the top and bottom.
Okay. Got it.
A little closer.
Not too.
I mean, it's Mechanicum standard gray, so it's going to look like the same plastic that it had.
Yes.
But it will take paint better once you want to do the dry brush.
Exactly. So yeah, we just want to let that dry a bit more. This one's good, though. I think this one's very cured. Thankfully, that California sun really cures these quite well.
All right, folks. Then we will switch us back to BRB and mute us, and we'll move back to the office.
You're right, Ryan. The green is an infectious thumb. I agree. I mean, the whip seems fine. It does go over. I will admit, it does go over the edge, but it's not as bad as I feel like you were making it seem, or at least maybe because I positioned. The whip is going to go over this in a weird, like, kind of past the base, but I don't think it's as dramatic as the chatter was saying that it might have. All right, guys, we're going to be right back, and we'll be back in about, let's see, it's 3:30 right now. I'll see you guys in 5 minutes, about 3:35. again. Hey guys, I'm upside down again.
Right click on yourself, transform, rotate 180. And then you might have to slide yourself back into frame.
Oh, I think I do. There I am. Hello.
It'll lock to the sides, and then you just gotta drag it up and down.
Oh, I see that. I think that looks good.
Cool.
Yay! Hello, everybody. We're back. Now that we have our model built, cleaned up, and primed, I'm going to start with the base. We're going to do our Grisaille. And I'm just going to work with a basic, like, light gray. I'm going to use Chardon's gray from Duncan Rhodes. And we're going to dry brush the ever-living crap out of these models, so that they'll be ready for some contrast paint later. Hello, Hari. It's lovely to see you in chat. Oops, I completely took the entire cap off that. Oh, you kind of exploded into the cap a bit. If I had one complaint about the Duncan Rhodes products, that would be the one. Sometimes I feel like they just dump their load into the cap. And I'm like, I prefer it to be on my palette, thank you. Or still in the bottle, one or the other. But that should be fine. Let's clean this up so that it's not caking into the cap more. We'll need a bunch of this gray, so I'm not really worried about this. I love how it blends in with my wet palette. It's almost the same gray tone. Why? I'm gonna clean that. There we go. There we go. Better. Yes, I become a Spider-Woman hanging upside down. I love it. I don't have any water. Give me 1 second. Okay. I have the water now. I have the water now, everybody. Don't worry your pretty little heads. We have some water. I have some dry brushes. Let's get started. I'm going to make squeaky noises because my palette was on top of my phone. Sorry if that was awkward and you guys had to hear that. I made like weird squeaky noises going. It was very loud to me. I don't know if they even heard it. All right, let's go ahead and start on the base so I can build up my confidence, my pressure, so I don't end up fucking up Lucius. We don't wanna make our boy anything but perfectly beautiful, as he is destined to be. Oh, this poor, poor Iron Hands. He's having a bad day. Oh, let me also, it would behoove of me to turn this back on. Ah, that disconnected though. Got it. Properties. Do that. Do that. There we go. We're back. Back again. No. It's absolutely fine. That was my fault. That was absolutely not a problem. Let me also, sorry, I'm getting glare so I can't see how my focus is. I think that looks good. Focus-wise, let me know. So the very pale gray, so I'm just actually kind of build it up for a bit before we actually go into our white. we're looking really good. I want to do one more layer with this. And then we'll move on to Lucius, because I don't want to go into the white until I'm ready to start mixing colors. Oh yeah, no, the Vortex Mixer is fantastic. I have one, I love it. I use it quite regularly. Yeah, no, it is, Vortex Mixer really does save a lot of time and also wrist strength. Okay, I'm feeling good about how that's looking. Let's move on to Lucius. Let's go ahead. Now, for him, we're going to be a little bit more delicate, and we might switch to a lighter, or a smaller brush here in a moment, because we want to make sure that this beautiful whip of his does not break. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We also want to make sure that he stays on the base, because he definitely wants to slide off as I'm jerking him around because of the dry brush. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a slow process. I think we need to switch to a smaller brush because I just don't want to press too hard and mess him up. So I'm going to switch, actually, is this? Okay, this is good. I actually like using angled brushes for doing dry brushing a lot. Oh, yeah, no, I do shake some bottles manually still. It's really dependent on how, like, recently I've used them. That gray I had reused very recently, so I figured it was probably still pretty decent. I'm just getting some of the excess paint off. I really don't want this to go on heavy. I need it to be delicate and intentional. But yeah, if I have, like, if it's a pot that I haven't mixed in a while, I will absolutely use the Vortex Mixer first. It's just that I knew I had used that paint pot recently, so it's just like, whatever. I'll be able to hand mix this one. I won't need to do it for very long. But no, it's a great call out, and I definitely recommend a Vortex Mixer for anybody that just wants to save their wrist, because it works quite well. Quite well. Okay, yeah, it was a smart choice to switch to this thinner brush, because then I can get into all of those little crevasses a lot easier. You use oil-based enamels, so 80% of the time you're painting and the Vortex Mixer saves your wrist. I completely believe that, especially with enamels. Those things separate like crazy, or can at least. And so, like, I 100% believe that a Vortex Mixer would super be helpful with that. Welcome back, Diggs. It's lovely to see you. All right. Thank you for subscribing, Arwen Estrada. There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, I like where this is going. We're going to just keep progressively building up that color, hoping that we don't knock him off the base and cause him to snap his whip or something, because that would be my luck. That would be my luck. Trying to focus the color in places where I know I'm probably going to want lighter colors as well, just to really pop that. Oh, I love what this is doing to his like corset top. It's bringing out all the beautiful texture on our boy so nicely. Oh yeah. Let's make that symbol kind of pale, because we'll probably want to make it like pink or purple. Really bright pink or purple, because it's Slaanesh. And she likes those colors. Although, you know, Tzeentch likes pink and purple a lot too. Let's be real, and let's not forget that. Boy also likes pink and blue and purple. Hence the pink and blue horrors. It had to happen once. Okay, I'm gonna reactivate this tack. I think that's part of the problem. Is it once it gets the bit of primer on it, it like loses all of its stickiness. The void has claimed its canvas, a shadow deep in the vast. From the delicious darkness, let true glory be cast. This first pigment of whisper of Slaanesh own pale fire to awaken the contours and fuel exquisite desire. Diesel Gravy, you are on fire today with the poetry. I'm loving it. I am loving it. And it's very Slaanesh appropriate, which I approve. And I think She Who Thirsts would as well. A light dusting. A very pale dusting. Let's see. Is that in focus enough for you guys? Hopefully it is. Let's really emphasize the faces on his shoulder. Bring some color to the tongue of his whip, because we're definitely going to want that to be super fleshy and gross looking. I really, really enjoy the effect of a pre-shade. God, it just looks so good. What's your guys' favorite method to get your models ready for like more paint? Do you just do a straight prime? Do you do the slap chop effect like what I'm doing? Do you go with a Grisaille, or do you go with a Zenithal highlight using your primers? Like, what are you doing for your prep process? Because I find that this step really helps me like do the rest of my painting a lot faster, because I have guidance on where like my highlights and shadows should be, I'm able to see a lot of the texture happening on the miniatures just in general better. So it just makes making decisions easier. And I'm kind of curious if you guys do the same thing. Oh, you know what I never did? I don't think I ever made an Instagram post that I was live. Nope, I did not. Let me just do that real quick while I'm still live. There we go. Okay. Also, really awesome that there's still 33 people watching, so thank you guys. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. And then I want to go to Instagram. Look at my camera. Hello.
What's going on?
I forgot to share a post on Instagram that I was live, so I'm just doing it now. Actually. There we go. Lucius. Hold on. I can get a better picture. You guys can watch me be like Instagrammy. There we go. That's appropriate. I look crazy.
Yeah, but how do you look at the photo?
Crazy.
Oh.
Join me for glory.
Yeah, you're in a crazy day. Not sure why.
I don't know either. I just like maybe it's because I actually like have gotten some sleep recently.
Oh god. The real Angela's here. Run!
All right, there we go. Now the ad's actually placed. We can finish painting. Hello, Havman. It is lovely to see you back. Are you off work now? Hopefully you are. I can't believe they called you in again on your day off. That sucks. I'm so sorry. Oh, nice, Hari. You've used some oil paints as well. I haven't tried oil paints in regards to miniature painting. I've done it on like canvas back in school, but that's about it. I just hear the faint screams of Dungeon Keeper in the distance, and it's great.
It's all good.
I love that game so much. You tend to prime flat, gray or white, and then add color. But you're doing vehicles mostly? You know, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I tend to prime black if I know I'm going to be doing something with a lot of metallics, because I feel like it just saves me time there. But if I'm doing anything with like where I want to play with like a lot of like brighter colors or stuff, I tend to do the slap chop. I just find that it really gives me the effect that I want the most efficiently. There we go. Some lovely highlights. Okay, let's stabilize him and be a little gentle around the vials. Now I do want these to be hit pretty dramatically with the Grisaille because I do want to do some fun things with them. Because I think they're vials on his back. Are they actually vials on his back? I don't know. Dude, they so are. I'm glad that translated correctly. Good job, GW. You made something that looks like what it should. Well, at least the OT is there. That's great. But still, I hope they don't keep doing that to you. And if they do, they should, like I said earlier, they should either give you a raise or like promote you or something, because I feel like they're taking advantage. Oh yeah, this is coming along nice. Just make sure we get it even on the vials because they are a cylindrical object and you don't want to leave one side ungrisailed and the other side grisailed. That would look silly. Oh, Haben, you'll definitely want to go and watch back around the time where I say that I'm taking a break because I take you guys outside to show off my plants. And I just recently bought myself a carnivorous plant, which, Luke, I'm sorry if you're in chat that I did not get a Venus flytrap. They didn't have any. So I got a pitcher plant instead, which I still think is very cool. And hopefully will help with my bug problem. Near my other plants. How dare they? Okay. I need to take him off his base so I can get this leg. It's a really cool dramatic face on the back of this calf, and I want it to stand out. I also think I want to do something with like his loincloth. Because it definitely looks like it's meant to be a two-tone loincloth, so we're gonna do that. Nice. I love how much diversity there is with what people will actually do for scale models. Because I've met some people who will just like, I'm exclusively building tanks or like armored vehicles. And then I know some people who are like exclusively into the cars. I know plenty of people who are like exclusively into the planes. Gunpla. Exclusively into Gunpla, and then also the ships. Like I feel like there is a lot of variety there, and they all get really embraced, which is cool. I don't think the tops of the vials are going to matter too much because those are going to be metallic. But I definitely want to get the bottle of the vial more. You definitely need to do that. Just want to be really careful. I'm just very much concentrating on like pulling out this detail without damaging the positioning because they're a little fragile feeling. A wee bit fragile feeling. All right, and then we definitely want to make sure we get a nice texture on this shoulder with its glorious face. Its screaming face. Ah! Why did I ever kill Lucius and think about it? Ah! Poor people, they're just doomed.
Yep.
They're pretty much just doomed when they fight him. Okay, now the extra delicate part. Actually, I want to emphasize the chest a little bit more before we move on to the whip and his sword because, well, the sword, okay, the sword's hilt, what does the sword look like? Okay, it is a normal metallic blade. Perfect. I don't need to do jack shit to it then. It's fine exactly as it is, which is great because it means I don't have to hit it with the dry brush at all. I don't have to worry about accidentally breaking it or something like that. Where the heck is the gray that I'm using? Is this it? Nope, that is the metallic. Gray? Hello, gray? Okay, I know I sassed the bottle, but could it come back, please? Not it. Not it. Those are not Duncan Rhodes paints. These are Duncan Rhodes paints, but these are not it. This is also not it. Is this it? Ha! I found it. Okay, I think that should be good. I don't think I'll need that much more. Watch me say that, and then I'll need to pour another little small amount out of the bottle. It'll happen. His delightful face, his delightful chest piece, this arm. Man, sometimes my Grisaille just ends up so good I don't want to paint the rest of the model. And I feel like Lucius is going that direction. Like, no, what if I just leave him in black and white? No, 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 no. He deserves color. He deserves some additional paint, being the fabulous boy that he is. Oh yeah, isn't Fabius, speaking of fabulous boys, Fabius Bile isn't in the Emperor's Children Codex, is he?
Nope.
Why?
I don't know.
I wonder if like
it's a key thing in the generic Space Marine Codex now for the Black Legion, I guess.
Oh, is that what it is? They've just kind of lumped him in with Black Legion?
Yeah, I mean, he kind of pissed off all the people in the Emperor's Children.
By causing all of their mutations?
Yeah, he kind of lied to them.
Fair enough, fair enough. So, Havman, today we have been working on Lucius the Eternal, one of the key characters for the Emperor's Children, my patron chapter.
Well,
not really. The Death Guard is, but Slaanesh is my patron deity, as you very well know, and these are her children. And I got sent this beautiful boy from a fan, and I was like, you know what? We need to build him, and we're gonna paint him. So I'm gonna do a tutorial featuring him, but I wanted to get the prep step done now to get ahead of myself. It's something new that we're trying, and I really like it. It's because honestly, it's been very effective. I've actually gotten so much work done on this guy today. Very proud of myself. And so hopefully that will continue, and we will. You'll see more of these build steps in the future for future videos and such. But yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good fun boy. I think we can start transitioning into our lighter colors now. I'm feeling pretty solid about where I'm at. I think we need a little bit more here and in the back of that arm.
sorry.
No, it's fine. I love it. If you guys have never played Dungeon Keeper, it is a gem of a game. Dungeon Keeper 2 is also a gem of a game, but we found
So is War for the Overworld.
So is War for the Overworld. You're absolutely right. Which is like a spiritual successor, essentially, right? Because it's not officially.
No, but it basically is.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Which I do plan on playing the OG Dungeon Keeper because Chaos Cultist found a great fan-made mod.
Community patch.
Yeah, community patch for the game that really makes it run very well on a modern PC from what it seems like. And I only played the second one, I think. Did I play the first one ever?
I doubt it.
Okay,
It was an MS-DOS game.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think I did. I think I've only watched people and read essays about the first one, but I have played the second one. And I would love to experience the first one. So I definitely think I'm going to do that very soon on my gaming channel. So if you guys are interested in that, if you like Dungeon Keeper, that will probably be coming up relatively soon. Because just listening to it in the background is making me really want to play it.
Oh, it's the torture chamber, that's why.
I know, it's so good. It makes me laugh so much. I just want to have my dominatrixes. I just want to have my lady succubuses down there torturing people in my dungeons. And if you're not familiar with Dungeon Keeper, please look it up. It is a delightful game. Or look up War for the Overworld, like Chaos Cultist said. That is essentially the spiritual successor to it. I would say it's almost like, you could argue it's the third installment in the series. Because they only made 2, right? The original? Yeah, that's what I thought.
We don't count the mobile game.
Oh, did they do a mobile version of it?
We don't talk about the mobile game.
Oh my god. No wonder.
Total Biscuit.
Oh, yes.
Had a fit over it. I thank him for it.
I remember this. I remember that fit that he had, actually. I was like, I knew there was something else Dungeon Keeper related, but it wasn't, like, loved in any capacity. And I think that's what I was thinking of, was the mobile game. Okay, the whip is coming along nicely. It's just a little slow and sort of hard for me to show you my progress because I literally am having to hold it. It would be quite odd, wouldn't it? Okay, we're making some good progress. This is looking good. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this Grisaille is turning out. I'm telling you, these angled brushes are like my jam for dry brushing. Maybe it's because there's so many weird angles on these Marines. Maybe that's what it does it. So it kind of allows me to hit them all. Okay. Back to the whip. Had a little bit too much paint on there. Now I appear to have too little paint. Well, whoopsie daisy. I found the gray that I needed. Let the underhue accentuate what the darkness kept concealed, the subtle curve of malice, the arrogance revealed. From the foundation of the void, let highlights start to gleam, the nascent echoes of the brilliance of Slaaneish's waking dream. Oh my god. I love it. I don't know what you're using to come up with this, if you're just doing it yourself or like you're taking it from something or what, but I love it, Diesel Gravy. Thank you so much. This is not mere color, but the dawn of his rebirth, the first unholy shimmer to grace this tormented earth. Yes! Yes! Yes, yes, yes. You've installed Bolt Gun? Heck yeah! I look forward to hearing your thoughts on it. I hope you have fun. There's supposed to be some information about Bolt Gun in the upcoming Warhammer Skulls event. I think they might maybe have some new content for us or DLC potentially.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's hopefully they built it so they could make sequels kind of easily.
I would hope so. I feel like there's a lot you could do with it. I mean, let alone the fact that we really only fight chaos in Bolt Gun, right?
Yeah, and not even like.
And it's just Tzeentch. Oh no, there's some Nurgle. There's some you're right. There's some Nurgle, but they don't do anything with Khorne or Slaanesh. And they could. They could also add in like Orcs, Necrons, Tau, any of the like Eldar. Like, please, I would take any of that. Also, I would love the sprites of them. Oh my god. I don't know what the like gameplay concept would be, but you remember that orc teeth shoot a teeth like whatever. I want another one of those, but I want it done for a different Xeno faction. Like I don't know what it would be. I don't know how you would.
Dark.
Ooh, yes. Oh my god, yes. Dark Eldar would be fantastic.
Yeah, I had to think there for a moment. I was like, yes.
Yeah, Dark Eldar would be great. Give me like a Dark Eldar shoot 'em game like that. Oh, it could be Clan Wars and Kamara.
That'd be cool.
That actually would be really cool because I'm trying to sit there and think like when in that game, Teef's, Shoota's, and I can't remember the full name of it.
Blood, Teeth, and
yeah, I think
Teeth.
Shoota's Blood and Teeth, I think is what it was called. I think you're right. And so like, because the plot in that was like the boy's hat got stolen and he was going to get it, and it was basically a boss kind of leveling up. And so like if you wanted to keep even that same concept, you could totally do the Comoran like wars, because that's touched on in Owlcat's game, and I think that'd be so cool. I think that would be so cool. Oh, I'm sure it will be. I'm sure the PS4 version is going to be just as fun. How much of a masochist will you have to be to start a Chaos Marine army? Honestly, Biscuit, I don't think you have to be too much of a masochist to start a Chaos Marine army.
They're pretty high up there in competitiveness, although he might be referring to painting them and
it depends on like
handling them.
Right. I was going to say handling them is actually like if you're doing just like Black Legion, if you're doing basic Chaos Space Marines and going Black Legion, the biggest issue with them in regards to the hobby side is just they're so spiky, you will probably stab yourself. At minimum during the construction of them, but probably during the painting process of them too. But honestly, they're not super difficult, in my opinion, to paint. Because if you're going with classic Black Legion, that means they're black armor, gold trim, and then a little bit of like maybe accent colors on their loincloths. Just do exactly what I did. Start with a black primer base coat though, instead of a gray primer base coat. And you'll have the armor pretty much done. Because you can just grisaille it, get a little texture in there. If you feel like it's gotten a little too scratchy or light or anything, you can just put a little quick wash of like either Nuln Oil or Black Templar if you want something a bit more saturated with pigment. And it would the armor would be done. Like legit be done. You wouldn't have to do anything else to it, in my personal opinion, other than do the trim. And I think that would be, I don't think that would be terrible. Like I think the biggest thing, like I said, would be dealing with the, ow, I stabbed myself while painting this because this thing has a bazillion spikes on it. But beyond that, nah, I think it'd be fine. I don't think you'd be masochistic. Okay. The whip is looking good. I think we need to start bringing out mix some white into this gray color tone. Diesel Gravy, I appreciate the fact that you're a huge nerd. Know that you are welcome here and will be 100% appreciated forever for being a massive nerd. I am also a massive nerd. We can nerd together. And I appreciate the poetry. Like, genuinely, it's been great. All right, let's start lightening this color tone up even more. I'm gonna do this relatively gradually. I'm gonna stick with working on Lucius just because I'm feeling a groove. I am going to focus these lighter color tones on the more organic parts of him. Although I will still be focusing it onto the armor because I am going to probably be painting that in some mix of black as well as other colors. Oh, also, I'm going to cycle my camera real quick because I know it's been about, we're probably approaching the half-hour mark where it would turn off on me anyways. And I would like to avoid that. Like his little fingers, those can be lighter than the armor. Go ahead and get the whip brightened up for sure. Because I want that to be like a lovely, lovely pink color tone. I don't think I'm going to use Vulpus pink. I think I'm going to try doing something a bit brighter. trick for when you're dry brushing these really thin spindly pieces is on the side that you're not currently applying the paint to, brace it from below so that it doesn't shift on you as much, and it will help you not like break it or cause problems, which I know I have definitely done in the past. I know this from experience. All right, we need a little bit more gray. I picked up this whole handle like it actually had the model on it, but it definitely does not. Oh yeah, the striations are really starting to pop now. I like this technique for models especially that have a lot of texture on them because I find that it pops that texture. Really enhances it in ways that just putting flat colors on it I don't think does. Okay, I think we're looking good. I have met plenty of people who wear glasses who are not nerds. I don't think that immediately qualifies you. Maybe not in the same way that it did like back in the day. But if that is a requirement, then I definitely hit that. I need a bit more white mixed in. I think it's getting a little too close to the original color. Boltgun marks the third Warhammer game I will have played, expanding my gaming with wonderful influence by UNCC. I have Chaos and Conquest and Tacticus on my iPad. Nice.
That's awesome.
That's great. Always nice to see people expanding their gaming repertoire. I try to do the same thing. That's why I've started trying all these various indie games on my gaming channels, because I just want to play a greater variety. I feel there's so many options out there, and I sometimes limit myself. Mm-hmm. So I want to expand out what I'm doing, and I've been really enjoying the game that I've currently been playing, which is Labyrinth of the Demon King. Like, I played again last night, a little bit off camera. Oh my god, I did not really progress at all. I think I know where I need to go. I am just the skeletons, man, in that game are the toughest skeletons.
Oh, you're using a sword on skeletons?
No. I am not using a sword on skeletons. I'm using a blunt weapon on skeletons. They are still tanky as hell. The problem is, okay, I don't know what kind of weapon this is, but I've definitely seen it. It's some kind of polearm. It may not even be a weapon. It might be like a farm tool or something that they just happen to be like wielding, but it is a pole. But at the end, instead of it having something pointy, it's got a flat bar and it keeps pushing me away. And so because of that, like, he has range on me. And it's like, I know how to defeat them. You just have to keep circling them.
Yeah.
Because dodging them is really, like, you can parry, but some of them, like, the guy with the polearm with the stick, the thing at the horizontal line at the end, he does a attack occasionally that is a rapid 3-hit combo that I can block the first one, but I can't keep my block up to block the other two. So I just have to avoid it. So I've gotten to the point where I'm just like circling the creatures, but I'm in tight corridors and sometimes there's like 3 of them all at once. And they don't always aggro to each other in the same way some of the other enemies do, unless they distinctly get hit by one of their buddies. So like it's been a combination of, if I've got a single one on me, I just avoid it and do a little circle dance around him. And hope that I don't get hit very often and can survive the attacks and get him down over time. Because it takes like 6 hits with this blunt weapon to like off him. But if there's multiple, then I do try desperately to get them to fight each other. And if that doesn't work, I just run. I just run. But the problem is I don't have a map for the area that I'm in. I haven't found where the like map is to pick it up. And so I am kind of like running around blind. And I don't know if I've missed something, if like it's intentionally supposed to be doing that and it's just making it tough or what. But I'm not like, again, not a complaint. It's just an interesting part of this game. And I'm really, really enjoying the struggle, honestly, that it has been, as well as the absolutely power gaming that I feel when I just slice one of the enemy's heads off. My gosh, do I feel powerful as heck when that manages to happen. It's so good. I mean, I expected this kind of combat because I knew it was a Dark Souls-like. Literally inspired by Kingsfield. So it was expected. It's just tough. All right, let's focus some of these lighter tones some more on the whip. Is tongue hair whip, which is still really gross to me. Perfect for Slaanesh. Perfect for Lucius. Nice. The weapon I'm describing is a Sasumata. You know what? That would make sense to me. I like, because it's all of the weapons do appear to be Japanese in the game because it's set in Japan. I don't know if the lord that I'm serving is like a historical one. I think it might be, but it could also just be meant to like be a fictional representation of one of those lords. But it's really cool. Like, I'm really, really enjoying the game so far. Okay, let's get these vials brighter. So then we put some beautiful highlighted liquids in there that'll look really cool. Yes, yes. Bring that cloth a little bit brighter because it can end up having some color to it too. You know what? I realized it's probably not a cloth. It's probably flesh. It's probably skin. The flesh of one of his enemies. Diggs, I'm so sorry that your connection crapped out, but I'm lovely to see you back. Are you still, do you still do repaints on fishing lures, Diggs? Because I actually was on Instagram the other day and I saw there was a company that I believe, I may have just got paint in my hair. It's fine. It might be on the back of my head, so I won't be able to see it. Who cares? I ran my hand through my hair, but I had my brush in my hair or in my hand while I did it.
Your head? Not that we can see.
Okay, good. I was like, I don't think it would be because it's really dry paint, so I don't think it would have necessarily streaked. Okay, but going back to the fishing lures, I saw a company that I follow on Instagram, and it's somebody that I followed relatively more recently, so I don't fully remember the name of them. They're a paint brand, though. I believe they're based out of Australia. It's like Scale something or something Scale. But they actually were doing some advertising. And it was using their paints on fishing lures. And I thought that was so cool, and I thought of you. Where's my phone? Here, let me see if I can look up who it was. If I do this and I do Scale. Okay, it's not scale 75, because that's... Yeah, it's not scale 75. That might be the why its scale might have been in my... Ah! It was I found it. It was a company called the Scale Modeler Supply. And from my understanding, I believe, yeah, they're an Australian-based company specializing in scale model paints and consumables. And they had an ad for... Actually, here, I can show it to you. I thought this was really cool because they had this ad for some of their paints and they were using them on fishing lures, which I just, like, they look so neat. Look how cool this is. And I assume this is kind of what you do. Like, I'm assuming having these brighter colors, these like flashier colors on the lures catches the attention of the fish more, would be my thought on that. But I don't actually know like if that's specifically why. That's just my assumption as to why. But I thought it was really neat because I feel like those, like the colors for hobbyists would probably be perfect for that kind of stuff. And these ones are also really, really cool. Like, they have some really cool iridescent paints, which I just think is neat. Why I was originally looking into them. I do hear that they're a little expensive because they're coming from Australia, right? So they're shipping them from there. So much like how everything I think going to Australia gets really expensive, I think a lot of things coming from there do too, unfortunately. But yeah, really, like, I want to try them at some point. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but it's up there in my interests. Because I'm always into new paints, playing with new colors. And I'm kind of curious how like translucent they are versus opaque they are. And how thick they are, like in regards to viscosity of the actual paint itself. Because like, you know, contrast colors are very, very thin. They function a lot like oils. Whereas like standard acrylics tend to be a little bit thicker depending on who makes them. And I'm kind of curious like how thick they are. Oops, I don't need gray. I need white. Not that color. Speaking of Japanese ones, Yugoslav scientists such as, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that name, received the Japanese award for making the equation for making humanoid robots. Oh, that's cool. Neat. Ah, I did not know that Fish's like sight was infrared based. Interesting. Okay, that's neat. So, would you want to use like fluorescence then? Like, does that work well with infrared? Like, I mean, I know like it works well with like black lighting, but would that work? I don't know. Okay, I think we're going to go into a more pure white now before we move on to the base. Cool. Thin this down, and I want to really focus this on his face, some of the cables that are going to have some of the fluids, all of his enhancement chems and all that coming in. Let's get the faces on his chest a bit more. That tongue of his. Oh yeah. The Slanesh symbol, because I think I want that to glow. Although I might end up doing that with colored metallics and or glazes to give it a gem effect. I haven't decided. I want these leather straps to really stand out, so I'm going to highlight those a bit more. I should probably, oh yeah, your hoof needs to be lighter. We want to make that a little bit of an actual bone color. I'm probably going to tint it with pink, because I really want to make him like very pinky. He's in like way darker armor than I honestly would have anticipated for being. Although I feel like that's my feeling on all of the Slanesh painting. I feel like they made them way darker than I would have originally concluded in my head for them to look like, considering they started as a bright purple army. The fact that they went black for their armor when they fell to Slaanesh kind of confused me. But whatever, I guess.
It's because it's metal.
But they're all about. They're. Oh, but they go more with like hair metal bands, which I feel like is less black and more color.
Okay.
Do hair metal bands, are they more like goth rock bands as opposed?
Some of them.
I mean, I guess
some are, they're very Visual K.
True. Okay, that's
like Visual K got it from them.
Okay, that's Visual K got it from Slaanesh. They were like, ah, yes.
No, from hair metal.
Oh, Visual K got it from hair metal. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. I thought you were saying Visual K got it from Slaanesh, and I was like, what? Yes, Deer and Gray and all of them, big Slaanesh fans. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Although I'm not gonna lie, I think K from Deer and Gray would be more into Nurgle. I think the man used to forcibly like vomit during part of his performances. So yeah, I definitely feel like he's more of a Nurgle guy.
I'm talking more Malice Miser, okay?
Okay. Malice Miser would absolutely be Slaanesh oriented, 100%.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. That's fair. Okay, I accept.
And Mana and Gact used to wear a lot of black.
You're right. Mana and Gact also did, because they went with the goth. Honestly, sometimes a little bit like, didn't Mana go with like a little bit of a like gothic Lolita look?
Oh,
yeah, that's what Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, it's been a while since I've looked up Malice, but that's what I remembered. Oh my god, I love all the screaming faces so much in his armor. Let's make sure we emphasize the ones on his legs a bit more. Okay, I think I'm feeling good. I didn't bother doing the hilt or the blade of his weapon really much because it's mostly going to be metallics. And if I do want to add color, I'll probably do it with washes over those metallics and or repaint and just be a little bit more deliberate with it. I am going to get the edges because those kind of look like gems, and there is a gem in the center there, isn't there? Okay, I think that's looking good. Am I fully satisfied? Never.
For some reason, I thought you were going to ask if you were fully erect.
Am I fully erect? No. I am not. Lucius should be extremely ashamed of himself for not bringing me to full erection immediately. I mean, what else is he doing here? All right, I think that's feeling good. I'm going to have Chaos Cultist inspected. I'll let you guys inspect him. I feel like my Grisaille, if I could see past my glare, I think, okay, is he in focus for you guys? I think he's in focus for you guys. I'm feeling pretty happy about it. Like I said, I didn't do anything on the sword, but I know I'm going to do the blade in metallic and probably most of the hilt in metallic too, because he's gaudy. So I think that's good. Chaos Cultist, when you get a chance, can you just inspect him and see if you think I need to emphasize mostly the whip a bit more because of the saturation levels that I want, like out of the pinkiness of it?
Yeah, I would hit that in his shoulders a little bit harder.
His shoulders too? Okay.
Yeah, basically, like, maybe don't worry about the depths, but I would hit, like, the big focus points, the shoulders, the whip, that sort of thing.
Okay. Just to hit it a little bit more.
Some really bright highlight on that edge.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. I was sort of leaning towards that anyways, so thank you for confirming my own thoughts. On days like today, I am sure glad for you do longer streams. Me too. Me too. I like doing the long streams. They're quite fun. I will be having, by the way, I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow because it's Chaos Cultist's birthday, and I have some fun plans, which I will need a little bit of time to prep for this evening. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, you're streaming on Monday, right?
I am streaming on Monday, but it will not be here on YouTube. No, no, no. It will be in my Temple of Excess. I can't remember. Am I doing it on the VIP page or the free page?
I believe you said the free.
Okay, that's what I thought. So it'll be on the free page, so don't have to pay anything to subscribe or join that one. But you can pop in and we can have some fun. I'm going to be building some Lego, and you guys get to distract me. Isn't that going to be delightful? So yeah, that is going to be my stream on Monday, and then I'll be back for normal YouTube streams on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. I haven't decided what I'm doing for my Lego stream this coming week. I'm really happy that I got so much of the Avengers Tower put back together.
Yes, thank you, but I've been looking at it every time I walk past it.
Oh, I have been too. I actually have been too, so I'm no problem. It was my pleasure. So like, I'm really happy with that. I think, you know what I might end up doing? I might finish unboxing that last box that I have. I just realized I'm super out of focus because I brought him up really high to the...
Oh, the Monkey Kid box.
Yeah, the Monkey Kid box. I think it might be time to just wrap that up.
My God, that room will almost be done.
I know, right? It'll be great. I'm actually really looking forward to it. So I think that might be what we do. And I'll have a backup build ready for if that goes really fast, because I don't know how quick and or slow that process will be, because
regardless, we have plenty of things.
Yeah, we have plenty of things, so I think it'll be fine. All right, I think... Oh my God, your face looks so good. I can't wait to put a little bit of color onto it and really make you look gross. Beautiful. So disgusting. I love chaos for that reason specifically. Such a delight. It's on the free page. It depends on what time. Oh yeah. So time-wise, it's gonna be Monday, and it's gonna be. I think we're gonna do the. Can you check what the results are at? Yeah, what the results are at for that poll, because I think it was the earlier start time on Monday.
11 a.m. our time.
Yeah, 11 a.m. our time. 7, I believe, UK time. I'm gonna put a little tiny bit of moisture back on my brush to get a specific effect with this dry brush on this cloth. It'll smear it slightly, but it's kind of what I want to happen, so.
So it is actually tied between the two times.
Got it. Okay, well then I have to make a decision.
I think we should do the PM, because the Tuesday PM has more votes than the Tuesday 11.
Okay, so the slightly later one then.
Yeah.
So the 9 p.m. and the...
The other thing we could do is we could do it at
in between?
3?
Yeah, maybe that's what we do. Maybe we do a 3 p.m. start time. Okay, well, we'll
post a poll about it after you get done.
Okay. I will. Okay, that feels better. Okay, I think he looks... Oh, no, I haven't reworked the whip yet. Hold on. I did the shoulders and all of that, but not the whip. Ooh. What happened? Oh, my battery on my...
It's at 10%.
It's at 10%. Okay. Well, that's fine. We'll probably be wrapping up soon. Because all I really have left to do on this guy, outside of just emphasizing this whip a little bit more, is the base. Base. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Okay, final inspection, I think that's a lot better. You let me know. I'm gonna work on the base.
Yeah, that's looking better.
Cool, thank you. Does that look, cool. I think that looks...
You have a better view than I do.
I was getting a lot of glare at the angle that I was at. I just moved the screen so it would stop doing that. And yeah, I think I'm fine. Also, I'm sorry I just burped. That was disgusting. Nurgle would be proud. Ooh, I'm almost out of this white. It's fine. I think I have an entire another bottle of it. Oh, I also need a little bit more gray because we're back at that step. We're blending the two. Because I don't really need to dry brush the iron hand. He's mostly going to be made of iron. Okay, that looks pretty darn good. Happy with that. I think he's going to blend in with Lucius. Fine. Let's just go ahead and dry fit him into place. Let's get the whip where it needs to be. Lucius, come on, stand in place. Stand in place for me. There we go. Okay, yeah. He looks good. He blends in. That whip goes there. Nice. Oh my god, I'm trembling. I'm just gonna hold him. There we go. He looks great. Honestly, I'm very happy with how the Grisaille turned out. Everything's fine. Nothing happened. I almost dropped him into wet paint, but it's okay. All right, well, with that near disaster having just occurred, I think we're going to go ahead and call it here in a moment. I've got like 15 minutes left before I normally end anyways, so I think we're at a good point. I really hope that you guys enjoyed getting to hang out with me today and you got to work on some of your own projects. Thank you for telling me about some of your recent projects. I really appreciate that. I love hearing about what you guys are doing, so awesome to hear. Glad that you guys are all enjoying your hobbies, and I really appreciate you guys being here. And thank you for indulging me in my slight detour of my greenhouse. I know a lot of you as Warhammer 40k fans and other scale model nerds are clearly very into plants, but I really appreciate it. I like showing them off and I've been enjoying it. So thank you guys so much. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I think I don't really have too much else to like say. Obviously I will be live on my free OF page this Monday, sometime in the afternoon, it seems like. I'll have the official time scheduled for that very soon. But that will be happening on Monday. We'll be back for a Lego stream on Tuesday, and then I will see you guys again for more video gaming and hobby streaming later in the week. You can also expect a brand new video out hopefully this Saturday. I need to put the script and everything together, but I have all the footage, so I'm very happy with that. And I've made good progress on this guy, who is my next project after the one that I'm writing the script for. So thank you guys. We're chugging along and I really love it. See you guys next time. I've been Angela and I hope you all have a wonderful hobby night. Bye everybody.
Woohoo!
Oh, Josh, that's very sweet of you. Thank you for saying so. I would have loved to be an elf in Lord of the Rings. All right, guys, I will see you next time. Thank you for being here. It was lovely to see everybody. Bye!